Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Go, Dave.
Welcome to Kocosports SmackDown Review. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com and Kocosports.net. It takes you to the same place where the world comes to kick ass. Your home for combat sports and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. And I'm with my tag team partner, Rob. Rob, welcome back.
I like how there's so much hype and flair on your introduction, and then you're like, and then my tag team partner, Marty Jannetty.
Come on, you're not as talented as Marty Jannetty.
Thanks, HBK.
Anyway, this is our SmackDown review. Will there be WWE Weekend Review? I don't know. It's just
Yes.
Rob has been busy with real life, and I've been trying to do a book and balance too much shit, so August is going to be really rough for us. So if we do Weekend Review, it will probably be more steady in September. So those wondering about a Weekend Review. But this is our SmackDown review, and it's just as good as Weekend Review because it was the best show of the week. So I'm going to say for win, loss, tie, this was a fucking huge win. I don't. SmackDown has been better than Raw so consistently that I don't even fucking look forward to watching Raw. Like
I would say since WrestleMania happened, SmackDown has, on average, been better.
Yeah, without a doubt. And to me, it's sad because not many people watch it. I wish more people did watch it. So hopefully you guys got to watch it. I thought it was a huge win. Did you think it was a win?
I thought it was a huge win. I mean, we started off on a high note with the regular show openers on SmackDown, and it just was good all the way through.
Yeah. So down in the comments, please put win, loss, or tie. The one thing I did notice, and can I put on a delusional hat? I think sometimes on YouTube you're allowed to be delusional. Don't you get a delusional pass every now and then?
Yeah, I think Daniel Bryan's coming back at the pay-per-view.
Exactly. This is the same guy that fucking predicted CM Punk was going to return. I remember when we first started working, Rob's like, all right, I'll do NXT review. I think CM Punk is going to return. We're like, on NXT? NXT or main event? He's returning this week.
You never know. One of these days I'm going to be right, and everyone's going to be like, oh my god, because you don't remember the ones where I was wrong. You're just going to remember the one time I was right, when I was like, watch. CM Punk's going to come out this time wearing an umbrella and a raincoat, and he's going to wrestle like that. That's his return. His new gimmick is Curious Punk.
No, here's the worst part about all this. You're like, oh, no one remember I'm wrong. I was like, we're on YouTube, dude. They'll remember you were wrong even when you weren't wrong.
No, they're just going to be so happy that Punk's back.
The best part about YouTube is sometimes you'll get those people that did not even see the fucking show, and then they'll comment. Like, they'll be like, how dare you think SmackDown was a bad show? You guys know nothing.
It's not as bad as TNA.
No, who's really famous for that? TNA fans. TNA fans are like, you'll be like, TNA was really good. I was impressed with the product. And in the comments, they'll be like, you fucking hate TNA, you WWE fanboy.
I hate TNA.
Well, all right, let's focus. Please down in the comments put win, loss, tie, what you thought of SmackDown. But let me put on my delusional cap for a second. I think, this sounds crazy, I think WWE listens to us. And this is why. What did we bitch about the most? Last SmackDown?
All the goddamn replays.
The crowd reaction. We talked how it's piped in. How they didn't go to
They did pipe it in still.
Dude, either Seattle was absolutely on their A game, B, they really got good at editing, and C, they still piped in crowd music. If you went off crowd responses, SmackDown is ECW One Night Stand and the best WrestleMania moments ever combined.
Like, the worst part is, like, you hear the
main event and NXT, no one gives a shit about anything. So, but I think they did a lot better job editing, and they also showed crowd shots, which put some legitimacy to it. But yeah, we've been bitching about it forever, and last week we went absolutely crazy. So, I think on YouTube you get one delusional moment. This is my one delusional moment. I want to say thank you, WWE, for listening. Now that
you guys also decided to follow my plan for the Daniel Bryan return on Sunday.
Well, my whole thing is, I think if you repeat something like positive energy in pro wrestling, if you keep repeating something over and over and over, eventually it will happen. Awesome Kong will return, and Ric Flair will manage Okada. There.
Is that why John Cena's the champ?
Over and over and over until it happens. Till it happens.
AJ Styles beats Okada.
But have you ever heard a podcast like us, dude? There's no WWE doesn't even know who the fuck we are. You know what I mean? But you ever hear the podcast? There'll be like 3 people will be listening live, and they'll be like, "It's Vince McMahon, Triple H, and Stephanie." Like, yeah, they don't even listen to they don't even listen to their members of creative. Like they're gonna fucking listen to podcast. Anyway, let's break this down. The first segment, you know, we've talked about Roman Reigns probably more than any straight 2 men could possibly talk about him, But Roman Reigns does have some weaknesses, and this segment hid them all. This Miz, congratulations, Miz TV. I loved everything about this.
Are you skipping the opening match, guy?
I don't know. I'm going off WWE.com.
Oh, I could have sworn it opened with Ambrose and maybe it did open with Miz TV. I don't know.
Yeah, no, shut up, dude. We're going off WWE.com. We're not going off your bad memory, you punch-drunk bastard. Only 3 people understand why that's really funny, and those people are laughing their asses off. Anyway, let's focus there. You mind? You mind?
Yeah, alright, let's do this.
So, Miz TV, and I thought it was perfect. I love the Miz character. I love Miz TV. I thought because the whole thing is, Roman Reigns has a weakness. Well, has a lot of weaknesses, but his number 1 glaring weakness is it takes him like 20 minutes to answer a question. It's like me on Facebook when my wife asks me a question. She's not getting that question until like 3 hours later. Like, huh? What'd you say? And she's like, well, 6 years ago I asked you if you wanted a divorce, but I figured since you never left the computer, I wouldn't tell you about it. Thanks. Thanks for feeling. Thanks about my feelings. But he has a delay in answers, but the Miz covered it up so good. And he just kept cutting it off, Miz being as delusional as us, and it just led to a Superman punch, which I thought looked amazing. Just great job, great opening promo, probably the best Miz TV in a while, and the Miz really, really helped not Dolph Ziggler, we'll talk about that later, but really helped Roman Reigns hide his weaknesses. And, you know, that's what pro wrestling booking and creative should be, in my humble opinion. You should be hiding weaknesses. Paul Heyman does a great job at that, and this segment has done a great job at that. And I wonder, like, if there's 2 different creative teams, or are they just making the shows different? If you only watch Raw, please do yourself a favor and start watching SmackDown more. I love SmackDown a lot more this last month than. And I was negative as fuck. I wish I watched SmackDown before I did the SummerSlam review or SummerSlam preview, because I was so negative. I was like, "Dude, I just fucking watched Raw. Fuck this shit." If I watched SmackDown, I'd be like, maybe I'd have been in a better mood. So,
you would have.
Go ahead.
You would have.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's talk here. Let's talk. Just you and me. What do you think of the opening segment? Were you as high as I was?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty great. I loved whenever he was like, and you're my mom's biggest fan, and he's like, tell your mom what's up. It's like, all right.
Yeah, and we're super nerds. We got to watch. I got to watch the end. I don't know how much Rob got to watch, but we got to watch the IGN, stage. They revealed the roster, which I don't even know the full roster yet because I didn't watch it, and then they did a Q&A. And man, WWE is so good at PR that these guys all could be politicians. I was just like, dude, it doesn't matter what you ask them. They got their PR answers ready. Yeah. And not that, but the one thing I did notice was you had Sting, you had Hogan, Cena,
Reigns, Cesaro, Sheamus.
Was it just me, or was Roman Reigns and Cesaro the stars of the show? And not even that, but with the fans. John Cena did get a lot of kids' questions, which, I'm like, wow, that's cool. I guess it really does matter. But
well, to be fair, Reigns got just as many kids' questions.
Yeah, Roman Reigns did and all that. So, but I just thought it was a real fun thing to watch. I didn't watch any of those. But the thing I wanted to get the most out of it is that I thought the crowd, reaction wise, was way more into Roman Reigns than Hogan, Sting. You know, it was like Sting would be like, give his answer, and he's like,
Mhm.
it's awkward because I'm still negotiating. This is fucking
Yeah.
awkward. You know what I mean?
You could
Hogan,
tell Sting was really annoyed with the "Who did you want to fight next?" question, because you could tell he almost wanted to be like, "It's fucking Undertaker. It's always gonna fucking be Undertaker. Just shut the fuck up." Like, because he almost said that.
yeah. But my whole thing is the crowd there, you know, and we don't know how big it was. I'm assuming it wasn't that big because John Cena hinted, hopefully next year there'll be more people at this. So that was like my sign, like, oh, no one showed up to this shit. But
No, when they panned to the crowd, it looked like there were somewhere in the range of 50 to 100 people.
that's horrible for WWE and 2K Sports.
For revealing just a roster for a video game,
Yeah,
that's
but
not
it's
bad.
SummerSlam weekend. It's a media event. No, I disagree. That is beyond horrible. Go to an EA Sports. Dude, wait till Madden comes out. Madden's cover. There'll be 900 jerk-offs just jerking off. And, oh, fuck yeah, Madden's cover. Madden's cover. No, that's horrible. They were in Los Angeles.
Well,
SummerSlam.
that's in just the one.
That's a
That's
PR
just
disaster, brother.
that's just what I could see in the one camera shot that I saw of the crowd.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing, and plus John Cena hinted at it. I mean, there could have been packed place, but if it was a packed place, I don't think John Cena would have hinted at it. But yeah, that's a PR disaster. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I fucking did it in Tokyo and did an all Kocosports English premiere of nothing, I could outdraw 50 to 100 people.
True, but they also had it.
Nothing. Thank you for coming. Um,
They also had it, however, streaming to IGN and to the app.
yeah. But still, you have to get live people in that audience. But anyway, we're getting way off topic. The point of the IGN thing was, I think Cesaro and Roman Reigns by far got the biggest cheers, and that's crazy considering Hulk Hogan, Sting, Cena, and Sheamus were there. You know.
Yeah,
So,
it seemed like the person who got the worst reaction was the tie between Sheamus and Hogan.
yeah, people. It's weird because people didn't give a shit about Hogan anymore. I guess because when you're doing an interview process, I know this is gonna sound bad, but when you're kind of full of shit, you know, you have no purpose. You know, like if anyone's ever been to something where there's a panel, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, how do I stand out? You stand out by telling the truth because people are going to see that. You know, like if you go to Hulk Hogan, he's like, brother, John Cena's the best, and fucking I was best friends with Ultimate Warrior. Don't let his wife fool you. Um, you know, when he's giving answers like that, you're just like, all right, you're full of shit, Hogan. I don't even fucking, you know. So I think that's up. So anyway, SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Superman punch Miz. So it was. I thought it was a great segment. Second match, really excited about it. Once again, I just don't like the WWE formula. We talked about this, I believe, on Main Event, where I think Dean Ambrose could have put Cesaro over, and it doesn't hurt the feud or the sales. I don't know. Like WWE is too busy pushing people to the moon, but not pushing the company as a whole. If Kofi Kingston or Cesaro lost the week going up on their B&C show, it does not affect SummerSlam and the feud at all. At all. I thought the match was really enjoyable, but the big thing was it was two Kocosports guys. It was two guys we absolutely love. Two guys that were like, dude, this is going to be fucking awesome. And it was exciting to watch. I thought it was a really good match, but at the same time, I just like, why in WWE can you not have the guy who's going for the title lose so that if you go, or not even a title, it's not even it's just a fucking match. Really, it's a feud match. You know, you are a huge Shield fan, right?
Yes.
If Cesaro or Kofi beat one of them, would it take away from the match? Be
I
honest.
would rather both of them win. So I just want them to always win. So I personally think they should always win. Like, I'm okay with LOL Shield wins.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe I should ask something else. If John Cena lost this week...
No, it wouldn't matter. It's gonna lose tomorrow.
All right. But, yeah, Dean Ambrose defeated Cesaro. I don't know. It's one of those things, I don't know if this match was that good, or it's just that, wow, it's two guys I like, so I'm pumped up for the match. I don't know. What did you think overall? Do you think it was just, oh, these are two of our homeboys, we fucking love them, so it was awesome? Or do you think the match lived up to these guys being our homeboys?
I think it was a little column A, a little
column
column B.
Twice in my life.
I think it was a little column A, a little column B.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Dean Ambrose does defeat Cesaro, and I thought it was a really exciting match. Bam.
Yeah, I enjoyed that match a lot. Also, have you noticed, like, seriously, those two are almost always, one of them is the opening match for SmackDown, it seems like.
Yeah, and that's why SmackDown is so good. And not only that, but did you notice? I'm almost starting to become fucking delusional, man. Did you notice the things we complained about last week's SmackDown fixed this week? The SummerSlam Stephanie McMahon stuff was brought down to a minimum this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, WWE, if you start improving your product, I'm going to get more and more delusional, and nobody wants that. Actually, I don't care. I think the world could deal with the delusional guy on YouTube if WWE's product is good. I think that's a safe bet.
That's since they're already delusional guys on YouTube.
Yeah, they are. Dolph Ziggler defeated Titus O'Neil. Slater Gator's fucking amazing. Dolph Ziggler does the right thing, loses to Mr. Slater. Then he beats... Dude, I can't put this over enough, and I usually hate the WWE product. If you think I'm a WWE fanboy, please go watch how depressed I am during our SummerSlam preview. But I was just so impressed with this show. And I thought, wow, he puts over Slater on Monday, then beats Titus O'Neil. Slater Gator has a story. He gets, it's just, I don't know, Dolph Ziggler is everything that's right with wrestling. And for some reason, the WWE's like, you know what? Let's fuck him in the ass. You know what I mean? I don't know. I absolutely enjoyed this match. I don't know how you feel. As a matter of fact, that could be a question of the day. Dear Internet Infantry, how do you feel about Slater Gator? Because usually me and Rob have different views, except our love for Slater Gator. There is no different view here. We are, for the first time ever, Negative Nelly, a.k.a. me, Positive Pete, a.k.a. you. We agree. Slater Gator might be the greatest fucking thing my eyes have ever seen. So
it's so good. Like, whenever you watch all, like, the behind-the-scenes interviews they do, too, it just gets even better. Their chemistry's amazing, and I love the like, buddy cop, we aren't friends thing that they have going. It's great.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I enjoyed the match a lot. Let's go to some live comments. Tiffany Nikki, did WWE give up on Bo Dallas? That's what every internet report in the world says. If they did, they're I hate to use the R word. They're the dumbest fucking people I've ever met in my fucking life.
Well, I mean, we talked about it a little bit off air, the way they treated Paige's run, how they just super fast forwarded through the Bo Dallas storyline that we saw in NXT. Like, they didn't give it any time to grow or develop a character, so it didn't, I don't know, they lost a lot of it.
If they really gave up on Bo Dallas, which I will never give up on Bo Dallas, but if they really gave up on Bo Dallas, that is just done fucking with NXT and Triple H, because Triple H, you just know Triple H is going to fucking fire Dunn as soon as he gets the fucking chance. As soon as Papa McMahon is done doing the Ice Bucket Challenge and leaves WWE or the universe, Triple H is like, you're fired. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Dunn got fired at Vince McMahon's retirement speech. Vince was like, he doesn't even finish the speech. Be like, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real good. You're fucking fired, Dunn. You're done. Done. Like, I honestly think, and granted, it's just my opinion, I think Dunn is fucking over a lot of these NXT guys to try to take away power from Triple H, because they know when Triple H gets full power. Well, I don't know. The thing is, you think he'd be fired, but there's something about Russo's and Dunn's that thrive in the world, is that you're just awesome at ass kissing. I just hope Triple H sees right through that. And he has to. He's been there forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
from what I understand, Triple H hates him for when he was just a performer.
Everyone fucking hates him. The only person that fucking likes him is Vince McMahon. And that's why, like, if everyone's like, if you had one question for Vince, what would it be? I'd be like, do you even like pro wrestling? The fact that Dunn has a job and he's part of your posse, I just think that it's a sad state, something that so many people are passionate about, they think less of you. I don't think Vince McMahon, I don't think, you know, like, I watch these other YouTube shows and all these WWE fucking, everybody, and I just remember, like, you know, like, I'm going to pick on one show, Straight Shooting, which is pretty much just WWE propaganda. Real nice guy. It's WWE propaganda. Really nice guy. But, like, he's the nicest fucking guy in the world and defends WWE. But it's like, oh, fuck those internet fans. This is the only industry that I know of that you can fucking be like, fuck the fans. Fuck those passionate assholes. Why are ratings down? Why ain't anyone buying our network? I don't fucking grasp it. Like, I'm a pretty low peon writer. I'm a pretty low peon fucking YouTuber, whatever. Even as a teacher, I never understood bad-mouthing fans, students, customers. I never understood that. And it works. I ran ACW for a little bit, and I had a policy. Treat it as entertainment. Treat the fans respectable. And then people are like, Dave, how do you draw 400 people every fucking show for fucking weeks on ends? And you have nobodies, all local talent. Well, let's see. You have CM Punk. You have all the stars. How do you treat your fans? Okay, let me go look. Fuck you, you fucking marks, you fucking morons. You don't fucking know shit. Okay, how do I treat the fans? Thank you for coming. It's an honor that you chose us. Please sit down. The show is going to be joining when they leave. Thank you for supporting us. Your support means everything. And it's just so fucking weird that, you know, you can make money by treating people well. But WWE fucking has a monopoly and can treat people like shit, and it just grows. Like, I think it bugs me so much. Like, I meet writers, too, and we are working on a project together, and we're going to work on a lot of future projects, me and Rob here, breaking down the fourth wall. But how many times do we have personal friends in the comic book industry or in the writing industry or wrestling industry that just talk so much shit publicly on what they're selling, the people that buy what they're selling, and then wonder why they're not more famous? It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand it. I don't. And that would be my biggest fucking complaint. Like, if I was at the IGN thing, like, you obviously can't ask a good question, you know. They'll fucking, you know, it's a PR event. My question would be, why is it, if you're a passionate fan of pro wrestling, you're looked down upon? That would be my question. Of course, they would have the ultimate PR answer, but then my response would be, really? Really? You know, just like the Miz, like, Miz, can you go away? All right, let's go some more live comments. LB Clash of Kings. Thoughts about WWE 2K15 roster reveal today, good or bad? I just saw the questions. I didn't actually see the roster.
I want the full roster.
Go ahead, Rob.
The full roster is not out yet, and I'm waiting to really critique it until I see the whole roster, because right now it looks like they're missing a ton of guys that I don't know why they're missing. Like, right now, Paige hasn't even been revealed as part of the roster.
Yeah, well, maybe once the full roster is revealed, which I'm pretty sure they're going to leak out little by little, just because they're like, fucking, there's only 50 fucking people here. But I think they'll do it little by little. But with that said, maybe when the full roster is done, we'll break it down and see who they missed, who is in the game for why, you know. But we do know CM Punk's going to be in the game. Granted, CM Punk doesn't look like it. So, matter of fact, speaking of CM Punk, we talked about this off air. We'll might as well talk about it on air. You know how, like, a lot of wrestling fans are like, they're like, I'm not gay, I'm a homophobe. Why on my Facebook timeline are people messaging me and they swear they're not gay, and they swear they're not, like, they're not as gay friendly as myself. I guess is the safest way to say it. But They're all complaining. And you know one thing they're complaining about, Rob? You already know, but fucking entertain me for a second. The one thing they're complaining about is CM Punk's ass is too flat. And in real life, CM Punk has a fatter ass. And I'm just like, you know what? You might hate the gays, but you might be gay. You know what I mean?
Is this something you were messaging people?
Did you notice he was off? Did you notice his ass not being accurate?
No, the picture I saw, his eyes were all fucked up. He looked like the dude from Goonies.
Yeah. I don't understand why the fuck you can't just scan someone else's eyes, and I don't know. I'm not a video game maker. My conspiracy hat says maybe they fucked it up on purpose, but then they're trying to sell this shit. But then again, they put John Cena on. I don't know. Let's put conspiracy theories away. LB Clash of Kings says, my opinions of SummerSlam this weekend. Roman Reigns versus Orton match, least important match, not interested in that match. Cena versus Lesnar match, don't care. Alright, hold on, we gotta do the fucking thing. I fucking hate it. Sometimes, dude, the comment thing, The comment thing. I always do it.
What amazes me is that it happens to you every time, but yet...
Well, because like, my whole thing is, I'm like, oh, it's sent right to my Gmail. How fucking convenient, right? And then I'm like, I'm gonna play with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking like, I'm gonna trick them. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, baby, there's no fucking way. I am going to trick these sons of bitches. I am going to do it. And no, then LB Clash of Kings comes by and writes a long sentence, and I'm done. Done. My opinion of SummerSlam this weekend. Roman, alright, so where are we at? Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Think it will be a really good match. It's gotta be. They gotta steal this show. Their reputation depends on, especially after Tampa. Stephanie versus Brie. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is just my opinion. I'm getting off his opinion for a second. It's gonna be the hardest match in the world for me to pay attention to. I don't know if I can.
I'll be amazed if the match itself...
Whoa! LB Clash of Kings has a different opinion. I think it will be match of the night and one match I'm looking to see most. We do not see eye to eye at all. Like, I lean more toward his side. I think that the match will either be absolutely horrible or absolutely amazing, because Brie and Stephanie both have been out of it, but they've been training crazy hard to try and make sure they put on the best possible match. I hope I'm shocked. You know, like, my biggest shock match ever, it was one of my favorite matches of all time, was Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle. Going into that, I thought there's no fucking way this match is going to be good. And it was probably one of my favorite matches of all time. So maybe Stephanie McMahon versus Brie is going to be like Shane McMahon. I can't believe I'm using these words. I hope I'm wrong. It's going to be hard for me to pay attention. Like, they're going to have to come out of the gate doing something amazing. Like, there's a part of me that I don't want to fucking watch this match. Like, there's a part of me that's like, all right, if I don't watch this match, then they'll know I'm angry.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, I wish it was. AJ Lee versus Paige match will be good. I just hope they get enough time. I can see AJ Lee Paige being in the match. They're like, all right, Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella is going to take 66 minutes. Paige, AJ Lee go out there in 32 seconds. I think the match is going to be good. I just worry that it's going to be short as shit. And don't know if there'll be a tag title match for the Usos at SummerSlam. But if there is, it'll be on the pre-show or a random match during the pay-per-view itself or something like that. Yeah, I'd like to see the Usos. I think the pre-show match is Cesaro versus RVD.
Yep.
That's the pre-show match. So if the Usos do have a tag match, they'll have to put it in SummerSlam. But I don't... If I was
There's nowhere to put it. They're not getting that.
I like Slater Gator, but I miss 3MB. That's what Tiffany and Nikki says, and I can see that. All right, bring some more live comments, folks, and we'll get back to it. Bam, bam.
Maybe 3MB will come back eventually when they get re-signed, and we'll have 4MB.
And on Facebook, let's see, Facebook, we got Boom Boom saying, oh, cool. So I'm pretty sure he was probably referencing something 20 minutes ago. We love you, Boom Boom. I'd like to think Boom Boom watches all the shows Boom Boom's not on.
I'd like to think so, too, and I'd like to think that he sits there going, I'm not going to participate in this, because these two are fucking idiots. I'm just going to listen to this and know I'm better than them.
All right, Boom Boom. If you hear this and you tell me the word Scooby-Doo is on fire, that's more of a phrase than a word. You tell me Scooby-Doo is on fire, I will buy you a Japanese snack and send it to you. Let's find out. No one tell him. No one tell him. Let's just see. I like to believe, you know? I'd like to believe Boom Boom reviews our review shows. That's what I'd like to do. For those that don't know who Boom Boom is, he's the co-host that is not named Rob.
Yeah, so just remember, Booms, if you send him that phrase, he's going to make a dildo mold of his penis and then pour candy into it and make a giant lollipop and send it to you.
Possibility. We do some weird shit in Japan. In Japan, I went to the Poo-Poo Festival. I'm not making this up. They had a display about how important toilets are, and you wear poop on your head. And it was by far the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
That is weird.
Dude, okay, it starts off, it's like a little museum and a tour, and the first thing, the toilet's pissed. He's like, fuck humans, they think we're stinky, we're this, and then you go, and it tells you, like, the history of toilets, and it tells you, like, the what's healthy poop, so it's all about toilets and poop. And at the very end, you put on a poop hat, and then you go down the poop slide, and then, I'm not making this up, I wish I was making this up, and then after you go through the poop slide, you have to break up the poop in the sewer so that it can become fresh water, and then after I'm not making this up. It sounds like I'm making it up. It's really a festival. And then when you get out, they have a bunch of electronic toilets, like It's a Small World After All, and it's just saying how humans and toilets can get along and how we can be friends now.
Wow.
Japan. Matter of fact, maybe on my Facebook page, I'll put the picture of me wearing the poopy hat.
Jesus, Japan.
Well, they have a penis festival that's famous, so. But I've never been to the penis festival.
I'm sure you'll go one year.
I have the fear if I go to the penis festival, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, you'll finally find out you're gay.
My best answer, because people ask all the time if I'm gay, because I'm gay friendly on like radio and all that. I think Kevin Smith has the greatest answer ever. I'm curious, but I'm too lazy to commit. All right. Speaking of that, Mark Henry, that was the worst fucking. Alright, what other SmackDown review goes from, I hope the other co-host listens, to the Poopy Festival, to, I might be gay, but I'm way too lazy to find out, to Mark Henry defeats Luke Harper by disqualification. Only on Kocosports.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Rob's like, oh, why the fuck am I here? Alright, this... First off, they showed the crowd. They still piped in crowd music. I do not enjoy big man wrestling. It's just not my style. But
except with
that said, I thought they did a great job with this. I really did. I thought for a style I don't enjoy, it was passable.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot worse, because I just don't like the... gigantic men style. I usually like, hey, athletic assholes. But Mark Henry defeated Luke Harper by disqualification. Big Show, both Wyatt brothers, or however the fuck you say it, the Wyatts, were there. And then also Big Show was there. And, they piped in crowd noise, but they actually showed the live crowd too. And it seems like they're getting over little by little, which is kind of good for them. And then during the commercial break on the app, they decided to make it a tag team match. And Mark Henry and Big Show defeat Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And
the dumbest finisher I've ever seen.
Really? I kind of enjoyed it.
I hate Big Show's knockout punch. It's so dumb. It's the shittiest. He throws a punch like he's fucking retarded. Oh my god, that is the worst thrown punch I've ever seen in my life.
Did I turn into Positive Petey and you turned into... Was this Negative Nelly?
No, I just that fucking knockout punch. It's so stupid.
Well, he's big. He's got a big fist,
No, what it is he's so out of shape he can't do the choke slams all the time anymore. So they had to give him something else. That's what it is.
Really? That's pretty bad. But, yeah, I mean, a tag team match. I always thought, we always pretend to be fucking fantasy bookers on this show, and some people are like, you can't do that! You can't enjoy pro wrestling! No one enjoy it! But sometimes we pretend to be fantasy bookers. I got to book indies before, and Rob writes a column for Kocosports, so you go check it out. But sometimes, we like to have fun. I think I would love to book Mark Henry and hide his weaknesses. I think Mark Henry could be a huge star if booked right and you hide his weaknesses.
I don't think he could be in the WWE. He's got the wrong skin tone for them. Vince isn't okay with that.
Yeah, WWE sure is racist. Alright, so Mark Henry and Big Show defeat him. It was, what is it, the world's strongest slam, but Mark Henry held him up for Big Show to throw his knockout punch.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Rob, not so much, so you can
I hate the knockout punch way too much.
And I do not enjoy big man style wrestling, but I thought for a style I don't enjoy, I like this match. So there you go. All right, next match. Bam. Oh god damn. What's fucking happening? Like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't positive. I forgot there was some shit on this show. Here comes the poopy hat of SmackDown. Eva Marie defeats AJ Lee. Eva Marie can't wrestle. She's beat AJ Lee twice, but the more of it, Paige came down skipping. But this time, AJ Lee beat the hell out of her, jumping off the thing. It looked kind of cool. It looked very comic bookish, didn't it? She's skipping, and then here comes AJ Lee, Wolverine. I was like, dude, that's pretty fucking cool. But she gets counted out, and Eva Marie is still undefeated. And not undefeated, but beat AJ Lee. She's got a streak going against AJ Lee. So I
will say Eva Marie does seem like she is improving a little bit. She is getting a little bit better. She's gone from like a 0 in skill to like a 0.3.
I used to be an infantry instructor back in my young days, and when you say improving a little bit, it makes it sound like the guy who is at the rifle range and shoots 20 yards in front of him, and then shoots 100 yards in front of him, but the target's 500 yards away, and you're like, he's improving. Put him on the front line. We're good. That's what it reminds me of. Eva Marie is that one Marine in infantry school who shoots the ground 10 feet in front of him, and then I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Because I think in the Marines you just have to be an asshole. I think it's part of the job. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna improve. All right, let's see you improve. And he shoots like 100 yards towards a 500-yard target, and you're like, that's Eva Marie type improvement right there. Do you honestly think she's improving, or do you think she's improving like, all right, she's not. I mean,
I think either she's getting a little bit better, like she's starting to take her wrestling more seriously, or the way she's been getting paired, which is with Bayley and AJ Lee. They're pairing her with people that are able to carry her.
Yeah, which could be a possibility. But the whole thing is, too, like, there's still this ultimate mystery that we skimmed over last week. Eva Marie is famous for not selling. She had a, I think, 6-man tag, and she just didn't know how to sell. So, like, they're fucking hitting all their finishes on her, and she's just hitting up right away. And the Divas are like, what the fuck are you doing? So she's famous
the female Sting.
Now I think it's the opposite. Like, I think last week, she was like, I won the match, I'm happy. And out of nowhere, she's selling. I'm like, what is she selling? Did she get injured celebrating?
Well, yeah, you didn't. The ref went over to her. I'm pretty sure she was supposed to be selling the entire time. The ref went over and told her. And then she was like, oh, yeah, I'm hurt. Oh, no. It was pretty bad.
I guess that's improvement. It's improvement. Who knows? Maybe she'll be the Miz. Maybe she'll be the Magnus. Miz and Magnus had some rough starts in their career, especially on the national scene, and they've improved to be great stars.
When you start out at a 0, you can only become a 0.1 eventually.
All right. So do you think she's at the 0.1 now?
She's got nowhere to go. What up, buddy?
So invest your money now in Eva Marie. It can't get worse. Stocks will only rise. All right, so it got a thing. I guess the AJ Lee looked like Wolverine thing was pretty cool. Jack Swagger defeated Bo Dallas, and we talked about this earlier. Nikki left a comment, but Jack Swagger defeated Bo Dallas, and there's tons of internet reports that WWE has given up on Bo Dallas, which I think is completely stupid. And it's so I hate using the word ironic because people overuse it, but I think it's weird that Jack Swagger is the one beating him, and they're like, let's give up on Bo Dallas. 27 DUIs later, Jack Swagger, you're fucking main event material.
27 DUIs and 17 injured superstars.
Yeah, it's like you injured everyone. You injure everyone when you're driving. You injure everyone in the ring. You can't cut a promo. Let's send you to the fucking moon. Bo Dallas, we're giving up on you. Why didn't they give up on John Cena as fast as they gave up on Bo Dallas?
You know what?
I think
let's look at the bright side. Maybe they'll have Bo Dallas join the Wyatts.
No. I'm going to say something that's going to give me some internet heat, but I believe it from the bottom of my heart. Internet infantry, please don't fucking poke me with sticks. I enjoy Bo Dallas a million times more than the Wyatts. I know I might be in the minority, but I do. I do.
His NXT storyline was great.
Yeah. I think even his WWE run was great. They just fucking fast-forwarded. They fucking TNA'd that shit. They were like, oh, let's do his fastest, quick fucking storyline. I don't know. And it's so weird. Like, as a fan, I think Bo Dallas has so much more potential than the Wyatts do. I really do believe that. I believe that. And the best part is, the Wyatts kind of have to win. Bo Dallas doesn't have to fucking win. Bo Dallas could be like a Chris Jericho, where he's over even though he doesn't have to win. So, I know I'm going to lose some credibility, but you know what? Sometimes you have to give an opinion from your heart that doesn't go with the masses. I think it's a huge mistake to give up on Bo Dallas. The match was short, but it mostly led to the same fucking promo by Rusev and Jack Swagger again. How many fucking times can they go to the well? USA is good. Russia is bad.
About as many times as they can go to the 999 well.
But my whole thing is, I always wondered this, because they're an international thing, and a lot of times they edit out stuff. Like, if you live overseas and you also get the American feed via Magic, they'll edit out stuff that's offensive. Like in Canada, they hate men-on-women violence. So during the Attitude Era, they would edit all that shit out, you know, even on live shows. And in Japan, they edit out a lot of stuff, too, for time, and that's pretty fucking offensive to our people. I wonder, they have to have a television deal in Russia. They have to have television deals in Europe near Russia. Russians, you know what I mean? And my whole thing is, it's kind of like, do you think they edit this shit out? Do you think, if anyone's in Russia, the odds of anyone being in Russia, does WWE have a TV deal in Russia? And do you see Rusev be a fucking moron, basically, a fucking evil, bad cocksucker while in Russia? Because I always found
perspective, though.
What's that?
Perspective-wise, though, is he evil in Russia? Bret Hart was a heel in America, and he was a face in Canada.
I don't know if he's a heel, but the WWE definitely is. I mean, just listen to what Michael Cole says. You know, Michael Cole is like the type of guy that fucking you get knocked the fuck out, and he's there going, I just saw you get knocked out! You know, I fucking hate Michael.
Wouldn't they have Russian commentary?
No. They might do what they do in Japan, where it's English commentary, but they have the Japanese subtitles on the bottom. So it might be that in Russia. And sometimes you'll see the subtitles, and you're like, that's not what they said. And sometimes Japan subtitles, they'll be like, this fucking is boring, so they'll fucking, like, entertain it more and, like, do, like, Japanese-style humor. That's something they didn't really say.
Nice.
So, my favorite was not Japan, but there was an Asian culture where they had the subtitles, and it translated into "Please cheer for me," and it was during a John Cena promo. And I was just like, I don't know if that's lost in translation or the best translation I've ever seen in my life. But it was a short match, and I hope they don't give up on Bo Dallas. I hope. But they're everywhere you turn on the internet. You're like, dear internet, they gave up on Bo Dallas. Like, no, don't say it, internet. Don't say it. Don't say it. But
because Dave Meltzer said it.
yeah, we have a rule. We have a rule on the Kocosports. This is how the internet works. 'Cause everyone goes, LOL, dirt sheets, and all that bullshit. Here's the fucking reality. You know how the internet works? If it's something that fucking crushes your soul, it's 100% accurate. If it's something you totally want to see, CM Punk's going to return in Chicago, it doesn't work. So when you're like, what is accurate on the internet? Sit down and be like, that would be awesome. That's not accurate. If you're like, that would be the most horrible thing my eyes have ever seen, that percentage of that going down are 90%. I never understood why dirt sheets get so much trouble, because, like, let's say, okay, granted, some of them do make shit up, but so does mainstream media. I love that people hold dirt sheets to a way higher standard than real news, and what also cracks me up is they're trying to predict something that is predetermined and scripted that they could change at any second. Of course their percentage is going to be lower on accuracy. But, you know, pro wrestling, it's so much fun to make fun of passionate fans. I hate people that talk down to the fans. I just fucking hate it. It blows my fucking mind. As a promoter, as a YouTuber, as fucking anything. And then the main event, Roman Reigns defeats The Miz, but they did a good job of not making The Miz look tremendously weak and also not making Dolph look tremendously weak, because Dolph arrived and distracted him. So it was kind of like, hey, we're advertising the Intercontinental title match while...
He didn't distract him. What he did was he stood at the top of the ramp so that The Miz had no choice but to go back and fight Reigns.
Yeah, that's a better way to describe it. Good. Thanks for the assist there, pal. But yeah, I thought it was a short main event. I thought it was maybe one of the weakest matches, but also one of the best storyline-driven matches in ring-wise. It wasn't weak like Eva Marie weak, but it was weak like, this is the main event of this great of a show. You know what I mean? Well, with that said, storyline-wise, this match did more to help me be interested in SummerSlam than anything they did in Raw. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can't
It's nice to actually see him focus on the Miz.
I know you want to do the SummerSlam preview before, you know, earlier in the week, so we can get more views and get more people to join the pay-per-view profits thing, which, you know, totally makes sense. But I wish I was just in a better mood. I think I would have been in a better mood of the show if I watched SmackDown first. All right, so there you go. Overall, thought it was a huge win. What did you think of the main event? Well, I go look up live comments.
I enjoyed the main event. Basically on the same page as you. I liked that it actually, you know, focused a little bit on the Miz and Dolph storyline to actually try and, you know, promote one of the matches on the card.
Yeah. You okay, brother? You gonna make it?
Yeah, I'm just tired, that's all.
All right, no problem. Well, I'm gonna do some live comments, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. All right. LB Clash of the Kings. Thank you so much for all your live comments. You got a lot of them here. Any stars from NXT you see being brought up after SummerSlam? Your thoughts? Well, Rob was talking about this off air, that they already have everything booked. It's not going to be a last-second book, but there's going to be some surprises. We think that surprise is John Cena's going to win, but who knows?
No, I think that surprise is that Daniel Bryan's coming back. Also, in reality, it's probably just that Bad News Barrett's going to be there. Because Bad News Barrett already said on Twitter that he was going to be at SummerSlam.
I think it would be the best to be like, surprise! It was not that good of a pay-per-view. You didn't see it coming. I don't know. As far as your question, NXT stars being brought in, unless there's a new Wyatt, you know, a new Wyatt helps the Bray beat Jericho. If there's not a new Wyatt, I just don't see a spot for a new NXT guy. So maybe after SummerSlam, because a lot of the new premieres they like to do on Raw.
SmackDown. They've been doing a lot of them on SmackDown too.
Yeah. So I think the only way, and this I could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion here. I think the only opening they have is the Wyatt match, but I don't know who would play the other Wyatt. I guess you can get anybody. But I
They
don't
don't
know.
have anyone that's waiting to come up though right now, like that's in the position where they can just jump up right now. I don't think.
Well, there is one thing, and granted, this is a real stretch. So please forgive me for stretching so far.
Kept us straight to the main roster.
Dude.
Steen's gonna join the Wyatts. Steen's gonna kill fucking Jericho.
These are all things that bring joy to my heart. But maybe the Ascension fights the Usos.
Except the Ascension has a tag tournament going on right now for their number.
Yeah, but they've done this before. The NXT champ has won, and then JBL comes by and be like, "Do you want to give up the title?" What a fucking shitty storyline. But anyway, these are all stretches. I honestly think the only opening is the Wyatt match. But I don't know. It would be. I'm hoping. I know I was pretty negative on the preview. I'm hoping SummerSlam sparks an interest in me, because the last couple weeks, especially Raw, I've just been so fucking negative. Just been negative. I don't want to be negative about something I love, but at the same time, I'm not going to be a fucking phony baloney.
Come on, buddy. We were born to run.
Yes. Clash of Kings, LB Clash of Kings. How long have both you been wrestling fans, and what got you interested in watching wrestling regularly? I grew up in white trash New Jersey, and everyone loved wrestling. It was just my neighborhood. Everyone loved it. New Jersey, the New York area, just people love pro wrestling. I wasn't very close with my family, but for like pretty much this is every conversation we've ever had with my family. You ready? Here it is. And, you know, family is kind of loosey-goosey word. I don't even know if they're fucking considered family. But it's like, hey, the Yankees, they're a baseball team. I like the Devil Rays, but you like the Yankees, so they play baseball. That ends. Holy shit, let's watch the pay-per-view. Don't talk to me.
Sounds
I remember watching all the WrestleManias. I was very young. But yeah, I watched all the WrestleManias. So I think my earliest memories is WrestleManias, and I loved NWA/WCW. So that was it. But when I was about the age where, like, oh look, movies and money, wrestling's for babies, where you lose a lot of wrestling fans except for the nerds. What kept me going is ECW. If ECW didn't come out when it came out, I wouldn't be a wrestling fan today. So, but yeah, I'm gonna probably say around WrestleMania 1-ish, I started watching, because I remember everyone making a big deal. I remember we had because I think the first couple WrestleManias you couldn't watch in your house. You had to like fucking go to a movie theater or some shit. I forget how it works. But I just remember it was kind of like a big deal. And yeah, we watched pro wrestling a lot. So, and I just think from New Jersey, I don't know if anyone's from New Jersey, but the New Jersey white trashy areas, we really love our pro wrestling. I'm not saying I grew up around white trash. I'm just saying we grew up around white trash. Hello, dude. From what I'm hearing, you might actually be gay or bi. Just saying. Rob, I think this guy thinks you might be gay or bi.
Who, me? I think he means you.
Sure. He said, dude. I'm pretty sure he's talking about me.
Yeah, you've said a lot of gay shit.
No, trust me. If I wanted to be gay, A, I'm not very good looking. So I imagine in the gay community I'd have as much problems as I do in the straight community. But no, I'm pretty sure if I was gay, I'd be gay by now. Like,
yeah, he would have done it when he met John Cena.
I worked in pro wrestling, and I worked for a modeling agency. Obviously, I was not the models. Yeah, I live in Tokyo. I just lived around gay people. I was in the Marine Corps. My roommate was gay. So, I'm pretty sure.
I thought you were just saying, in the Marine Corps, it's a gay cred.
With that said, oh, dude, I was in the Marine Corps in the 90s. It was hard to be gay, dude. I actually felt bad. And you know what? I was pretty much a gay basher in my teens. But what made me change my mind is there was 3 Marines that were gay, and if you even said you were gay, you got beat the fuck out of. I remember a corpsman one time was rumored to be gay. Rumored to be gay. Someone accused him of being gay, and the Marines beat the shit out of him. Well, these 3 Marines, they were infantry. They were great guys, and I think they got away with maybe being gay because people saw them quiet, hung out together, and there was 3. Like, I think if there was 2, people would have beat them up. But there's three. So they're like, oh, it's just three dudes fucking hanging out. And I just remember, like, how much they didn't have a voice. I was like, oh, if I can blah, blah, blah. They were always shy. They couldn't talk because if it was known that they were gay, they would get the fucking living shit beat out of them. And they were good fucking people. They did infantry. They were decent human beings. And I think the fact that they were treated so badly made me go from high school prankster, ha ha ha, everyone's a fag, look at him, gay, to holy shit, that sucks that you have to live your life that way. So I don't know. So yeah, I think I took that question way too deep. Tiffany Nikki. I think it's interesting when AJ Lee was gone. Creative was trying with Diva storylines. Matches were longer. Good or bad, Divas were getting a reaction. Now 3 Diva storylines have been dropped. Most of the matches have been less than 2 minutes. Tiffany Nikki.
I don't know. We're getting 2 Divas pay-per-view matches. Like, that's pretty big for SummerSlam. That's a big deal. 2 Divas matches on the SummerSlam card. That's a big deal. Granted, one of them is with the boss's daughter, whatever. But 2 Divas cards on the SummerSlam card is that's a good sign.
I'm gonna say I don't think it's AJ Lee's fault. And granted, this might be a player-hating son of a bitch here. I think it's Stephanie McMahon's fault. I think they were trying their hardest to rebuild the Divas division. Stephanie got an itch in her asshole and said, "Hey, I want to fucking be a star." And I think Stephanie McMahon's match did more to hurt Divas than AJ Lee returning. Now, I could be absolutely wrong, but that's what I believe.
I think it's just that they only want to dedicate a set number of minutes to the women every night, and Stephanie's taking a lot of that time.
Yeah, and too much. Way too much.
I don't know. I'd be fine with it if it weren't for the cheating angle. That's the only thing that I felt was wasted time on the build-up.
Dude, I cannot put into words. I'm not a good enough writer. Trust me, Rob knows I'm not a good enough writer. How much I'm totally fucking not interested. If they shock me, that would be wonderful. Like if they go into SummerSlam and they completely fucking shock me, then I'll be like, oh, it was fucking, you know what I mean? But there's a part of me that if I have to even pay attention to this match, if the match is on the background, I think a part of me is dying. I can't think of enough negative ways to say this. Everything that I fucking believe in is this is the worst thing in the fucking universe. I don't have words. I just think it's absolutely horrible on every level. And, like, it's got to the point now where, like, people defending it, I'm like, really? I don't get it. It's like fucking, I compare it, it's like when you and your friends go out for lunch and one of them doesn't like pizza. What the fuck?
You're the only one out of the 3 of us, though, that is horribly against this.
Oh, I am without a doubt. I think everything that's wrong with the world is this fucking match. Like, oh, problems in the Middle East? Stephanie McMahon. Alright, that joke went a little too far, but oh, dude, fucking
too far. Way too far. Crossed the line.
TNA Impact? Netta Jones! I don't know why, but I'm the least excited for this pay-per-view. We're on the same boats than I have been for all the others this year. I don't know, Battleground was pretty much a bag of shit. I'm tuning in because I'm a fan, and mainly just to see Roman Reigns beat the shit out of Orton, and to see one hell of a match between Ambrose and Rollins. This is if WWE doesn't screw them over like they did last time, which would be a bad idea because I think the match is the main one that everyone wants to see. I have a question on Brie and Stephanie match. Do you think this will be the night for Nikki Bella to turn heel? I'm going to let you answer that because, Netta, I respect you, but I can't stop repeating in my head, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know what this match is going to have to do to get my fucking attention. But, Rob, you're a lot more positive. I need a hot tag. Bam,
if you harp on this match and how much you don't care about this match anymore, I'm gonna just be like, let's just shut the YouTube down. Dave's just a negative fucking Nancy. He's on his period today. I don't know. Jesus, calm down. I don't think Nikki will go heel, but it's one of the pay-per-view profits tiebreaker questions is, will Nikki Bella or Daniel Bryan have some sort of interference in the match, impact in the match? And I said yes, but that's because I'm holding out for Daniel Bryan's return. But I don't think Nikki will go heel against Brie.
Netta continues, in my honest opinion, it would be the perfect time. I'd love to see her interfere and help Stephanie win, because you know there ain't no way in hell they won't have plans A through Z to ensure that Stephanie does win.
It is the best time to do it, I think. I don't know.
Thank you.
Part of me thinks that also she wouldn't want to do it because she keeps saying she wants to do storylines with John Cena. Now, it won't really work if she's a heel.
Netta Jones, thank you for the detailed comments. I don't know. I honestly, I think I want to build up a video, but I want to actually think about what I'm gonna say. But if Stephanie McMahon wins, just get rid of Be a Star. I think I despise Be a Star. Not the idea of what Be a Star stands for, but who's doing it. You know, it's just, I don't know. But Netta Jones, thank you for the detailed comments. Rob, thank you for saving me on that one. I don't want to disrespect you, Netta Jones. It's just very hard to even concentrate. It's like a stabbed pencil in the eye. LB Clash. LB, dude. I don't know, it's one of those things where, something big happens, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, we're gonna go riot in the street, everyone's angry, and then you look around, and you're like, Dave, you're the only one that's angry. And you're like, really? No one else is angry about this? Okay, I'll just go back into my cave.
A lot of people are actually pretty excited about the match.
That makes it, I don't know, I don't get it.
Up until the cheating angle, on reading the internet and everything, it seemed like it was mostly positive reactions. People love Stephanie getting arrested on air and everything.
This was my reaction. Stage 1. No. Stage 2. No, please God, no. Stage 3. Alright, just fucking get it out of the way. Stage 4. Are you fucking kidding me? Stage 5. Those were my reactions. LB Classic King agreed to seem by looking at Eva Marie that she has improved. So LB Clash of Kings agrees with you that she has improved.
Yeah, she's doing a better job with doing the moves. She's doing more moves now. It's slow, but how goddamn good looking she is. They're not going to give up on her.
Tiffany Nikki brings up a great point. JoJo quit Total Divas to spend more time at the training center. Eva didn't. Who did it work out better for? And obviously it worked out better for Eva as of right now.
Well, to be fair, we don't actually definitively know that that's why she went back. A lot of people think she got cut from Total Divas because she wasn't drama.
Yeah, I agree with Rob on this one. I'm not the Total Diva expert like him. I think her quitting Total Divas to spend more time at the training center was just a nice way of exiting. I think she was really just fired. She was very young. She's a normal human being from all accounts. I've never watched a show because I'm better than Rob.
And booms.
But I honestly don't think... I think that was just a nice send-off for her because she was a good person. But in reality, she probably just got fired. And who did it work better for? As of right now, it's obviously Eva. But we don't know where that's going in the future. I've never heard of anything from JoJo. I think JoJo might be one of those WCW AOL contracts. Just sit at home.
JoJo's like Solomon Crow right now, just fucking MIA. Or what was his indie name? Sammy Callahan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're signed to NXT, just no one fucking knows where they are.
They just sit in the back going, I hope I don't get cut. I don't know. There's a story that Steve Corino tells. Steve Corino signed a contract with WCW, and it was a really big contract. And like, if he kept a low profile, and I'm not doing it justice. Please buy a Steve Corino shoot interview. But Steve Corino's like, if I don't get cut, I have like an 8-year contract guaranteed by AOL. And he just waited and waited, and the last day he got cut. And he's like, dude, if I didn't get cut, I would have fucking retired and never been heard of again. Because like they had a time limit that they had to cut him, or AOL had to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I didn't even go to my fucking. It's just funny how he tells the story. But I don't know. It sucks for Steve Corino because he didn't get money, but I love Steve Corino, so it's great for us because we get to get more Steve Corino. Horrible for Corino because he could have probably retired off that AOL money. LB Clash of the Kings. Why is WWE giving up on all these NXT people being brought up? And we brought this up earlier in the show. I think
Kevin Dunn's tanking NXT talent just to try and make Triple H look bad. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense with how many NXT people they've just basically shit on lately that have come over.
Yeah, and also Kevin Dunn, and Kevin Dunn. But you also got to remember the jump from NXT to WWE is a really big jump. So you have the ones making the jump, but besides that, I believe there is a power struggle, and I believe that there's 2 Triple H's, and one Triple H wants wrestling to be really good, and Kevin Dunn does not want to give up his power. And Kevin Dunn's a douche fucking nugget. Kevin Dunn, you know what? I wonder if Kevin Dunn sends Vince Russo gifts. Hear me out. Think about it. Kevin Dunn is probably the biggest fucking piece of shit in pro wrestling. But we all hate Vince Russo because, he's a piece of shit too. But it's like Vince Russo gets all the heat for being a piece of shit, and Dunn is just kind of like, no one knows who I am. I'm a piece of shit too. Like, I wonder if he sends Vince Russo gifts. Like, hey, dude, everyone hates you, and I'm way worse than you. You know what I mean?
And it's just like thank you cards. Like, thanks for being a bigger asshole.
Yeah. So, Boom Boom 418. Oh, I think we've heard of this guy before. Gentleman and Dave Koconis. I see what he did there. WWE added Cesaro versus RVD to the SummerSlam pre-show. Who are you picking? Rob, you go first. Who are you picking? Who you got?
I already posted I picked Cesaro.
All right, well, I'm going to pick Cesaro. RVD is a one-man Y2J. And Cesaro, you just have to push this motherfucker to the moon. Not only that, but like Cesaro is great at everything, even the stupid shit WWE looks for. Go look at that IGN thing. He is one smooth fucking cat. He's just good at everything he does and every aspect of it.
Oh, the best was when they asked him, they're like, you used to wrestle as Claudio? He's like, I don't know who that is. And then they're like, well, you used to do a move called the UFO. What happened to it? And he's like, well, it's a UFO. It's rarely seen.
It's just smooth. Smooth motherfucker right there. So hopefully they, put him over and hopefully just go. I mean, there's so many wrestlers that are stuck in mid-card fucking hell. And the problem is, too, it's like, all right, John Cena, Randy Orton, and fucking old people are going to stay around forever. And, oh, my God, look at NXT. And there's people like Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro that's like, yeah, there's us. You know what I mean? I think, like, right now, being Dolph Ziggler has to be the worst position in the world to be. Because you know what I mean? It's like, John Cena's the main event, and look at these great guys in NXT. What about me? What about Raven? What about Raven? All right, and if Boom Boom might be the last question, no, Boom Boom isn't the last question. All right, let's see what we got here. A lot of people joining us. I really appreciate it.
Just in time for our weekend review.
Steen doesn't kill, he fights. Mr. the King says, is nobody mad at the Bo Dallas thing? I'm more at the denial stage. I am mad, but I'm at the denial stage. When CM Punk walked out, Rob was in a denial stage for a really long time.
I'm still in the denial stage. I'm still convinced he's going to be in the crowd cheering for his wife, and he's going to start a CM Punk chant.
I am very, very upset, but I'm in denial. I'm like, no, this is the one time the internet said something horrible, and it won't be true. I'm really upset. I'm just in denial. I am absolutely in denial. I still believe. I feel like Rhino on the last days of ECW. Have you ever seen Rhino do a shoot interview or the ECW documentary?
No.
Dude, Rhino's pretty much a fucking nut job. He was like, I didn't hear anything, and I kept looking back to the site hoping that there would be another show. I'm like, whoa, okay. I didn't do it justice. It really comes off weird. Go watch the
I was going to say, right now, it just makes me feel bad for Rhino. Like,
dude, no, it makes you feel bad, but almost to the point of like, bro, for real? Big Z, a.k.a. the bad guy. How are the ladies in Japan? Are they cooperative or are they stuck up? All right, well, I'll answer this. I love... I'm about to say this really loud, and I'm in Japan, and my wife's in the other room. I love Japanese ladies. I think they're one of the most beautiful people in the world. I love all women. I'm not going to lie.
Isn't your wife Japanese?
Yeah, she is Japanese.
Okay, I don't think saying I love Japanese ladies is going to
No, that's bad if you have a Japanese lady. Because they're like, you know what I like because I'm Japanese. Let me put it this way. My nickname in Hawaii was White Rice because I only dated Asian girls. But, racism, Hawaii. I love it. Hawaii's one of the best places in the world. If anyone's from Hawaii, aloha. How are the ladies in Japan? Are they cooperative or are they stuck up? It really just depends. It really depends on the situation. Really, you got both. You got some girls that are like, oh my god, I love white guys. But they're kind of dying out as, the economy goes worse and people become more racist. But people my age, yeah, you get a couple people like that. And you do get it. But some of them are really stuck up, especially at work. At work, it's so weird because at work, the women, and this is just my opinion, because a lot of people are like, I'm a Japanese expert. At work, you usually get like the two extremes. You get, I'm a fucking real woman and blah, 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 don't talk to me. And you're like, hey, did you watch Hunger Games 2 yet? Don't fucking talk to me! We're professionals! And then some girls, you get like the opposite, like where you're in the classroom and you're like, oh, right, so Napoleon, he's the one who discovered the moon. You could say anything in Japan as a history teacher. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you'll be like, hey, Napoleon discovered the moon. And then like, the girl will be like, hey, so what you doing later tonight? I'm like, well, I'm in the middle of teaching the kids. I'm molding their minds. They have to know Napoleon discovered the moon. So it really just depends. Now, people come here, and some of them have really good luck with women because I'm going to have to say looks probably don't matter to them as much as it does in America, but personality does. Like, if you come here and you have a good time and you've got a kind heart, yeah, you'll get tons. Because, like me, my wife is way better looking than me, and you'll see white guys with way better looking girls than him. Look at Nicolas Cage. But you'll have guys that, they'll have way better looking wives than them because, well, you have to have a good heart, be funny, laugh. So if you have a good personality, you can definitely get a girl. But if you come here, a lot of people come here, especially the anime and manga fans, and they're like, well, I'm going to act Japanese, I'm going to act like a jerk, and these girls are going to like me. And you'll have bad luck. It's, there's a joke that Japanese girls are Japanesey, and it's not the case. They are not into material goods and looks as much as American women. They still are a bit, but not as much as American women. But with that said, if you're a dick, they're just going to be like, yeah, I don't fucking need it. Because a lot of times people come to Japan and they're like, Japanesey, I'm going to get girls. And now granted, you do have some success rate, but there's some people that definitely come here thinking they're going to get laid and get girls, and it just doesn't work out for them because they don't have a personality. You have to be nice, kind, and all that, and you'll get a lot farther. But I hope that answered your question. But yeah, as far as some of them are really stuck up, yeah, especially the older you get. Like, they'll tell you that you're old. They're like, you're old and fat, stop talking to me. And I'm like, listen, we're co-workers. I'm just asking you how your weekend was. One thing that is
And
kind
they're
of
like, well, why are you holding me down?
no, it's not like that. One thing, and this is just my opinion and my view, it's hard to be just friends with Japanese women because they're so, not all of them, but a lot of them are so focused on getting married and career that they don't grasp the concept of just being a friend. Like, it's like, oh, I love you, let's run away together and live on an island, I love you. If you're not going to fucking marry me, don't talk to me. And it's like, no, we can go out, like, you know, like, an example is, you know, like, I used to buy coffee for all my teachers. So it's, like, kind of my go-to move. I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, I get paid a lot. I'm going to fucking help my coworkers and buy them coffee. It was, like, my nice thing. And, like, one young girl was like, oh, why is he always buying us coffee? Like that, and then they made a rule. And everyone hated her. So, yeah, there's different personalities and stuff. So it really just depends. But I've lived here so long and I've traveled the world, there's really not that much of a difference. Except if you're kind of funny and caring, you'll get a better-looking girl here than maybe somewhere else. But besides that, they're a lot more. They're similar than people think. They're not like in the TV shows and the comic books and all that. So, but I mean, there is also different culture things. Like a lot of times, people are like, "Wow, especially in America." Like, it's so funny because in Japan, people are like, oh, your wife is so fucking frisky, and not frisky, that's a bad word, but so bitchy. She's you know, because she's very American, very, you know, she's got, like, the personality of a bulldog. She's like, rah, 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 which, you know, is cool because, you know, I grew up in New Jersey. But in America, people are always like, oh, your wife is so obedient, and she this, and it's just a culture difference, you know, so... I say just come to Japan, but don't come just to pick up women. I mean, there's better countries to just pick up women.
Yeah, if you go to Japan, open a website like david@tigermask.com.
Inside jokes no one will get. Brought to you by Rob. So, yeah, I don't think there's that much of a difference, to be honest with you. But the one difference is if you're friendly and have a personality, you could probably get a better-looking girl than in America.
Jeez.
That's probably...
You've said that one difference like 3 times. Go to the next question. You're done. You're done on that question.
Mr. Biggs is going to come here. Mr. Biggs, a.k.a. the big guy, is going to come to Japan and want to get laid. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm trying to help you out. Matter of fact, tip on how to get laid, ask for directions. Sounds crazy. And listen, I found another tip. If you're on a date with a girl, touch her lower back. That means you really like her company and want to date her again. Third tip, if a girl says she wants to take you to karaoke to be alone, that's pretty much done. You're pretty much made. You're a made man. Karaoke here, one-on-one, is like the cat's meow. But, I don't know. I've been married for a little long time, so if my tips completely fail, I'm sorry.
Worst case, if all those tips fail, go with tip number 4. Look up a guy named Dave Kocosports. He'll do anything for money.
No, I am the ultimate wingman in Japan. A lot of my single friends always bring me out to bars because they're like, it's really...
Did you make them look better?
I know this sounds crazy, and the women are going to be like, this is no shit, but A, well, yeah, I am not good looking, so they do look better, but B, if you like talk to women and you're actually interested in what they say and have a conversation, your chances raise tremendously.
You mean if you treat them like human beings?
What's that? Dude, you'd be surprised how many people haven't figured that shit out. Like, it sounds absolutely insane. But yeah, just, like, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm shy, I'm this. I'm like, dude, I'm not shy. I'll just go up and talk to them. Go up to talk to him, and they're like, wow, Dave's the best wingman in the world. And I'm like, really? Really? I guess. I don't know.
That's because in Japan they all get nosebleeds talking to girls and stuff.
Yeah, they do have a problem with shyness here, and also asexual. No, like, it's a legit problem. Like, there's like a whole generation of people that just are not interested in getting married or having sex. Mr. the King says, I don't like how WWE does promos for no reason. If they're going to do promos, do them when they are relevant. Yeah, I agree. And a lot of times, though, in WWE's defense, they might be trying something, but most of the time, that's being in their defense a little too much. Most of the time, they don't know what they're doing. But a lot of times, they'll be like, "Oh, try this." I think
I like all the ones that they do that they just put directly on the network or YouTube. I love those ones.
Yeah. Mr. The King says, I think WWE listens to me because I hate Adam Rose and they stopped showing him. Congratulations, The King.
Goddamn you, Mr. The King.
Mr. The King is rocking the comments right now. Why the fuck is Jericho sitting across from someone who beat the shit out of him, jumped him, and gave him a concussion without punching him in the face?
Yeah.
You want to know the truth? You want to know the truth about Chris Jericho? Fine, you got it out of me. I'm scared. There, I said it, Adrian. I'm scared. Go ahead.
No, that's good.
All right, Mr. The King says, just to put it out there, they set up the Miz to screw over Reigns at SummerSlam. Possibility.
I don't think there's any way Reigns doesn't get a clean finish at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Rob on this one, but I think they have to do stuff. And I don't know about the Roman Reigns match. I think Roman Reigns match is the lock of the century of the week. But I think they have to do stuff just to keep us interested. Like if there's going to be shocks, surprises. You know, I just think, I don't know. As me personally, as a fan, SummerSlam has to be good. Like, it has to be good. It can't be bad. You know what I mean?
And do you know how they're going to do that? I'll let everyone know right now. This is the spoiler. This is the big thing. This is what's going to happen. John Cena's going to be about to beat Brock Lesnar. And then Paul Heyman's going to wave to the back. And Cult of Personality is going to come on. And CM Punk's going to come out because he got called in as a backup Heyman guy.
You know what? Know what I love about you doing CM Punk references all the time and fucking always wanting him to come back? Hear me out on this. The second he comes back, you've been wrong 900 billion times in a row. But the second he comes back, you're like, I called it! I called it!
It's true. I will. I will be so on that and rubbing it in. I'll be like, yes, I knew it. I knew it all along.
All right, Friend Yelly! Our main homeboy, Friend Yelly. Why do I keep saying homeboy? I don't think I've ever said homeboy ever in my life. And this time I said it like 17 times.
It's your SAT word of the day.
Guys, this is besides the point. But I got out of a party. I wanted to know how many beers does it take for you to get tipsy. I don't drink that much. But I guess, Rob, you can answer this. You want me to go first? I'll answer. I don't really drink that much. I think I went straight edge for like 12 to 15 years of my life. Like, I ran shows in bars and never drank. I drink a little bit now, but nothing. In the Marine Corps, I was a full-blown alcoholic. But it's weird. I can drink sake and whiskey and not get drunk. I don't understand it because that has more alcohol in it. But it takes me longer to get drunk on whiskey and sake than it does beer. I don't know if that's fucking scientifically accurate. I don't know if it's just because the chemicals react different to me. But yeah, I could get drunk pretty fast on beer. I don't know. Tipsy. I don't know. Because the thing is, I don't drink often, but when I did drink in the Marine Corps, I was like an Olympic drinker. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get tipsy tonight and tell you. But it's weird because I could down whiskey and fucking sake like no one's business, and I feel pretty decent. But like you give me like a couple beers and I'm like, I'm invincible. It's us versus the world. I love you guys. Rob, how many beers can you get before you get tipsy?
I don't know. I've been sober like 4 years now.
Yeah, maybe you are like completely like so boring. Like our drug, you know, like our drug is competition. Our drug is podcasting.
No. I think we both know my drug.
It's not podcasting.
It's not podcasting.
Mr. The King says I pick Cesaro too. All right, so there you go. So you're more of an RVD guy than a Stone Cold guy.
Who?
You're more of an RVD guy than a Stone Cold guy.
I don't like RVD. I hate RVD.
I was trying to say you fucking smoke weed without saying it, asshole.
Oh. I don't think RVD smokes.
I got nothing to respond to that. What? Sometimes
RVD
something
is
so ridiculous that it just hits me like a ton of bricks. It hit me like... All right, let's move on. LB Clash of the Kings. WWE seems to be losing interest in wrestling, but only cares more entertainment stuff that has nothing to do with wrestling nowadays. Maybe that's just my opinion. I definitely feel that on Raw and their pay-per-views. But on NXT and SmackDown, especially SmackDown as of late, I think they care more about wrestling. I agree. Watch SmackDown. LB Clash of Kings says
especially
right now...
with all the new signs.
Say that again? I'm sorry,
Especially with all the new signs, like it's just hard to say they don't care about the wrestling if they're signing guys like Steen and Kenta.
Yeah. LB Clash of Kings. Right now, I'm starting countdown to Cena and Orton's retirement matches. I would love to ask John Cena on an open call, maybe the Q&A. How much longer do we have to go with your career? Like, when are you going to retire? I don't know. It'll be a great day, but I honestly believe John Cena will be around for another 10+ years. I don't think it's over. I think there's a John Cena 20-year shirt way before he retires. Netta Jones, Dave, you didn't respect me because I don't care about the match either. I'm just gonna watch it to see if Nikki or Daniel Bryan interfere. That being said, I agree with Rob. You sound like you're PMSing. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're going off on a tangent about it. LOL. We need to send you some Midol or something. Yeah, sometimes I get a little cranky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I see, like, the thing is, I'm just a negative person, and I hope that fucking people still enjoy the show, even though I'm negative. Because sometimes I worry. Like, I'll see a positive guy, and I'm like, WWE is great, and they're just so fucking phony and full of shit. And I never want to be that guy. Like, I'd rather just be cranky with my internet inventory than have...
You're gonna keep taking jabs at me like that, bro.
What's that?
Well, you keep taking jabs at Positive Petey like that.
I'm sorry, dude. Well, my whole thing is...
I never want to be positive like you, Rob.
It's well way off topic. I think positive people are great for themselves. But I think negative people help change the world. Like, I think...
You can be overall positive and still have constructive criticisms.
I guess.
It's called optimism.
Well,
versus pessimism.
Here's my optimism. I believe Bo Dallas, even though everyone and their mothers tell me different, they won't forget about him. That's pretty positive? I'm giving myself a Barry Horowitz. The YouTube generation loves me now.
But not so fast, my fellow friend.
Alright.
Bo Dallas has already been released.
Are you fucking for... I will fucking cry.
He hasn't been released.
I know.
But now you're ready, though.
There's a part of me that I knew that was a joke. Like, 99.9% of me knew that it was a joke, but it was such a horrible joke. I'm like, what if this motherfucker's telling the truth?
You're a horrible joke.
Mr. Big says, a.k.a. the bad guy. Thank you for the advice. I like Japanese ladies a lot. I like Asian women in general. They are sexy. All right, well, Mr. Biggs, I hope you live happily ever after and find yourself a beautiful woman that takes care of you. But make sure not to be a dick.
I've heard that something that will definitely get you an Asian wife is helicopters and jumping out of them. I love it.
You know what my wife finds most attractive about me? The fact that I'm fucking 97 years old and doing pro wrestling podcast on YouTube. She brags to her friends all the time.
I don't believe that.
None of that is true. It would be like that was like the worst advice ever. Like, all you have to do is be a pro wrestling fan and do podcasts, and the ladies will love you. Don't listen to me. For the love of God, do not listen to that advice. Could you imagine? Because my wife is pretty high up there at JR. JR is a really big company, and she's up there. She's successful. She's a lot more successful than I am. And
so how's your sugar mama?
She's surrounded by like really rich Japanese businessmen and probably the most successful Japanese women in all all of Japan, and she's like, my husband talks about pro wrestling on YouTube. Oh, really?
She comes home with one of her business friends to be like, yeah, no, you're going to meet my husband, and you're just standing there in your underwear making spaghetti.
Yep. They're like, hey, did you guys watch SmackDown? We did a fucking 12-hour review on it.
Look, I'm wearing my John Cena underwear.
Oh, speaking of John Cena, I just got to tell this funny story about Japan. She works for JR, which is a big company. They run the rail lines in a lot of the hotels, and in one of their buildings, they're having like a anime manga festival, but not like superheroes or anything. It's all perverted stuff, and my wife calls it Pervert Festival. And this guy who is like the Japanese version of me is there, and his wife is really good looking, and he's not. And they're sitting there, and he's got a John Cena shirt on, and he goes, "Oh, look, there's a fat guy with a good-looking wife." And no, he goes, "Look, it's us. There's a fat guy pervert with a good-looking wife wearing a John Cena shirt." And I kid you not, the first thing I said was, "I would never wear a John Cena shirt." Just got him, the fat guy with a good-looking wife. Okay, I can take that dig. Being a pervert, hey, everyone has their addictions. Loser, whatever. I can take all that insult. But then you're like him because he's wearing a John Cena shirt. I was like, bitch, you went too far. Too far.
You better be careful with all your bashing of your daughter's future husband, man.
All right. I'm sorry. Lennox Watterson. What grade would you give Chris Jericho's recent return? How does it rank among his returns? Ooh, this is
his worst return yet.
This is a great question. Wow, this is a really great question. I love Chris Jericho, so I'll probably grade on the curve.
No, I mean, if you just look at this return compared to all his other returns, there's no way you can't say this is the worst one.
Yeah. I don't know. I love Chris Jericho, so I'm going to give him a B that he doesn't deserve. Honestly, probably a C, but a lot of it has to do with, in my opinion here, John Cena destroying any credibility Wyatts have. And not only that, but everyone. Everyone's like, oh, internet fans, smart fans, smarks, all that. Everyone says this. But I think everyone knows Jericho's only there to put him over, and that kind of hurts him. So I'm going to give it a B, but I'm definitely grading on the curve because I love Chris Jericho more than a straight man should. You? It was definitely
I would give it like a D. I think it's his shittiest one. Yeah. Because of the reasons you said. It's just, you already know why he's back, everything.
Mr. the King, I don't know where we went wrong. I guess Boom was like, we shouldn't read every comment, but I don't know where we went wrong where this became SmackDown review and finding Japanese girls.
I don't care. If people, they can listen to the show, the whole review's there, and then we start doing comments. At that point, they've already got the review, whatever. We'll do comments for fucking 10 hours if the comments are going.
All right. What's the ratio of Japanese girls that have big tits?
Okay, we're not doing that one.
I was actually gonna break it down.
Jesus Christ, no, David.
All right, Rob grounded me on that one. Sorry, Mr. the King. Like walking down the street, doing it like mathematics. Dude, you're a nerd when you're like, Japanese girls with tits. I'm gonna walk down the street and then fucking do statistics.
No, I'm vetoing that. You're not, no. It's fucking...
Franielli says, I just got 4 beers and 2 shots of tequila. It clearly builds up because I'm starting to feel the results. Well, be safe. Be safe, Franielli. We don't have a big audience, so please don't be a Jack Swagger or Kurt Angle. Be safe, get home, enjoy yourself, but, don't get beat up by the cops or hurt anybody. Dave, I love when you get all PMSy, LOL, and that's from Franielli. I'll appreciate that, man. Just trying my best here, just trying to do what I do. All right, and bam. Let's see. Any more comments? We might be wrapping this up soon. Oh, no, there's another one. Lennox Wooderson. Who would you book against Wyatt next? Ooh, this Lennox Wooderson, give yourself a high five. You don't answer you don't ask many questions, but when you do, you hit home runs. All right. You want to go first? Who do you think, Rob?
I would book him against someone in NXT because he needs to go back down and get redeveloped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Truth hurts.
Unless there's an amazing match this Sunday with him and Jericho, unless that is really great, I have no interest in Wyatt anymore.
Man, I agree with you, but I feel guilty for agreeing with you. It's like he's right. He's an asshole, but he's right. I don't know who we could get after Chris Jericho because John Cena ruined him. How's he gonna bounce back?
Like I did say during pay-per-view profits that I do think the smartest way to go with Wyatt, have him beat Jericho tomorrow, and then the next feud to have him go into is actually one most people will be pissed when it happens, but it would actually be Cena, and he would have to show Cena, hey, I broke him, I'm going to break you, and that would require Cena tapping into that monster side in order to try and beat Lesnar and still failing. And it would involve a Cena heel turn at the end of the feud.
Yeah, sounds great on paper. Never gonna happen, pal.
Yeah, well, that's the only feud I see working, unless this match is amazing.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of WWE guys. I mean, you can go back to John Cena, but I don't think he's gonna win over. But again, the problem is he's still kind of over. I don't know. I don't know if I'd give him up to NXT just yet. I don't know. This is a great question. That's
I don't think he's that over. I think it's just that people love the Wyatts in general. Like, he's one.
But, I mean, if he's gone, I could see people doing it. I don't know. Maybe the Ascension. But then you have to put the Ascension over, so you're fucked there. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know. Maybe a Dean Ambrose.
No. Don't you put Dean Ambrose down there.
All right. Just throwing some ideas.
Dean Ambrose is going to be busy with Seth Rollins for the next 300 days.
Mr. the King, tell me on Twitter, Dave. He wants to know about Japanese boobies. Should I answer the Japanese boobies question?
You're not doing it on here. Go do it on Twitter.
Meanwhile, everyone will see it on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, dude, highlight of my Twitter career, Kana retweeted us. Kana. I love you, Kana.
Who?
All right. We're gonna have to sneak it by. Why don't you just come to Japan, Mr. the King, and find out for yourself? I want to talk about Japanese movies. All right. Mr. Biggs, a.k.a. the bad guy. Ambrose versus Rollins should be a street fight. I think so. I just think the problem with WWE right now is they just are going to stall this shit out as long as possible. It just seems that's the mood they're in. Like, Battleground and this and that. It's just like, keep stalling, keep stalling, keep stalling, keep stalling. I honestly think probably Ambrose and Rollins feud fucking never ends. I don't even know if they'll ever have a match at this rate.
No, I want to see him keep having matches, but I like the idea of him just never letting him cash in that briefcase. Like, no matter what else he gets involved with, I like the idea that no matter what, his top priority is no cash in that briefcase, buddy.
All right, I figured it out. I figured it the fuck out, all right? In my head.
God, it's the Asian booby ratio, I swear to God.
I should have. I totally regret it wasn't, but... Oh, man, this would have been the greatest time to print it. No, it's storyline-wise. Ambrose keeps feuding with Rollins, and they get fucking the Wyatts. Rollins gets the Wyatts to feud with Ambrose so that they could possibly get... But that makes no fucking sense. Never mind. I should have saved it for the movie.
God, you used to do booking for a living.
Well, yeah, but you have to come up with it. You know, you got to think. I did. I've lost my.
Okay, Russo.
I've lost my touch. Next feud should be against the Wyatts and blame them for losing to Cena. Yeah. So whose next feud should be against? All right, Mr. the King.
He's saying the Bray should. He's saying Bray should break off from Harper and Rowan.
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like without Harper and Rowan, he would die really fast. Because I feel like they bring him a lot of popularity.
I think all three of them need each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're as strong as the Shield. The Shield can break up and still be stars. I think the Wyatts break up and they're all in NXT and gone in a couple of years.
I think that, yeah, I think if they break up, it's basically Harper. Harper, I think, is going to be big, and I don't think the other two will if they break up right now.
Man, what a crazy month and a half or whatever. What a crazy time for WWE. A couple months ago, how high was Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas? Like, it just turned it around. You know what I mean? It's just
turned to that family.
Yeah. They're like, fuck you, IRS.
Getting them out of there.
Alright. And how many more questions you want to go? Because I think we're
I don't care. Keep going until there are no more questions.
Alright. Lennox Watterson, Mr. fucking... He's 2 for 2. Let's see if he's 3 for 3. If Brock holds the title after Night of Champions, who else should face him? I think Brock... Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends how healthy Daniel Bryan is. I think Brock Lesnar is going to keep the title, and this ain't my idea. This is everyone's idea. It's pretty much... It's one of those things. I believe this is going to happen unless the fans turn on one of these two guys, which I don't see happening anytime soon. I don't see another Daniel Bryan in the crowd. It would be great if it was Dolph Ziggler, but I don't think people hate Roman Reigns and Brock as much as they hated Bautista and Orton. So I honestly think that without a doubt, Brock Lesnar is going to keep the title to WrestleMania, and that's where Roman Reigns defeats him. I mean, it's almost a lock unless something goes completely wrong.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Or I honestly think it'll come down to who's more popular between Reigns and Ambrose.
Gotcha. All right,
At the rate that Ambrose is getting popular, Ambrose is going to explode.
All right. Hold on. All right. There's someone on Facebook. You don't know me, but invite me on to be a co-host with you right now. All right. I don't think that's gonna work, pal. I'm sorry.
Was it Boom Boom?
Yeah, Boom Boom. You don't know me. All right. I think we're done. Sorry. No, one more. Mr. the King. They're never together. Bray needs to become Husky Harris and beat John Cena. Dude, I love Husky Harris. Husky Harris tried. Like, if you showed me 2 tapes, here's Bray Wyatt, here's Husky Harris, and you just went in-ring ability only, I'd be like, oh, Husky Harris is the better wrestler. I don't know. It's just, I'm a character. I don't have to try. I miss Husky Harris in the ring. Husky Harris put on some great matches. And everyone's like, Bray puts on good matches. Remember Daniels? And I'm like, dude, I don't remember that being a good match. I'm going to have to go back. Oh, not Daniels, but Daniel Bryan. Was Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt as good as the... Because I'm always like, fucking Bray Wyatt never has good matches. Fucking sucked. You'd be like, what about Daniel Bryan? I just don't remember it being good. Was it good?
I liked it a lot.
All right, then I'm going to have to go check it out. And then when I fucking say, oh, he hasn't had a good match except for Daniel Bryan, I don't think that's going to make his case any better. All right, so there you go. I think the comments are slowing down, so I think it's time to wrap it up. I'm going to do some plugs, so, yeah, please go support us. But while I'm plugging this, please leave your last-second comments in. All right, here we go. You ready? Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, or Kocosports.net, KOCOsports.net. It's where the world comes to cash, your home for combat sports, and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Jerry has been, David Cooey have been busting their ass. August, we are going a little bit at a slower rate, but we're hoping to bounce back in September. We got some big plans for September, so we're really excited about that. I think weekend review, we can't, I don't know, are we going to do it today? It seems kind of silly now. But
I don't know. You're
next
the
week,
one that decides all these things.
next week we can't do it. Let's bring back weekend review in September.
Why don't we just bring it back, right after this?
Just be like, stay tuned, we're going to talk. No, I don't know. We'll see. We'll argue about it like Little Women off air.
No, that means he's going to say no, guys. That means he doesn't want to say no on air, but he's saying no.
Well, I mean, we're doing a SmackDown review. If you want us to stay on the air, throw some comments.
I'm saying shut it down and then come back as the week in review.
By the way, Forsaken and his girl made it internet infantry cake. We'll have to put that on the blog. There's pictures of an internet infantry cake. I never thought there'd be an internet infantry cake. It's the small things in life that mean the most to you. All right, it's up to these people. I will go all night long. Okay,
yeah.
That's definitely a lie.
Your wife can prove that's not true.
I hope I satisfy her.
I've talked to her. Sorry, buddy.
Well, I'll have to learn some tricks. To you porn I go.
She said she's waiting for Bautista to come back to Japan.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Good for her. Hopefully they can live happily ever after. I love, like, at different stages of your life, how you react. Like, I remember, like, when I first started dating her, I was like, no one look at her! She's beautiful! She's a gem! She's mine! Then there's, like, oh my god, no one better cheat with her. She better not cheat on me, it will crush me. And then it's like, alright, if you cheat on me, as long as I don't know, I'm okay. And then, like, 30 years, 40 years down the road, you're like, oh, she's cheating on me? I hope she's happy. Then you go from no one even look at her to well, I hope she's happy. She deserves to be happy.
Terrible.
Long-term relationships. They're a blast. They're fun. They're a lot funner than meeting tons of different women at bars. Lennox Wooderson says, does RVD still have enough worth to be a champion in WWE? I love RVD. I always loved RVD, but no. RVD doesn't even... This hurts me. This hurts me to say out loud. But I have to be honest. RVD isn't even worthy of being on the roster. I love RVD. I don't like the man he's become. It's so funny because young RVD would hate old RVD with all his fucking heart. RVD is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. ECW, RVD. I just think it's time to hang it up. I honestly do. I just... Maybe tomorrow. But no, be WWE champ? I'm fucking questioning if he deserves to be on the roster. I know it's fucking harsh. It actually, I don't know if you could tell, but it actually hurts me to say this. It hurts me. It's fucking... it's kind of like cutting your son off a soccer team. It's got to feel miserable. I never cut my son off a soccer team. All right. What's your thoughts? RVD still have enough worth to be champion in WWE?
Considering I spent a month going, I don't understand why anyone likes RVD, I'm going to let you guess my answer.
So, at one time, RVD, I believe, like the torch pass, and the best in the world. You have to be popular. You have to be able to carry it in the ring. Like, there's a combination to be best in the world. And right now, I believe Okada is the best in the world. Maybe... I'm going to say Okada's the best in the world because English-speaking wrestling, there's not anyone that's really out there that I can claim to be best in the world. There's people that have potential, like Cesaro.
I'm pretty sure that's CM Punk's big gimmick.
Well, no, I think at one time CM Punk was best in the world, and I think one time Daniel Bryan was best in the world. I believe Kurt Angle at one time was best in the world. I honestly believe at one point in time, RVD was best in the world. I really...
1994?
It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. I don't want to say when. I don't want to embarrass me and RVD by saying how old we are, but at one time, I believe in my heart of hearts, RVD was the best in the world. Those days are behind him. Those days are behind him. I mean, an appearance. I don't know. I love RVD. I actually feel bad for fucking saying bad shit about RVD. Me and my fucking negativity, honesty bullshit. Sorry, RVD.
Maybe RVD will be the new Wyatt member.
I got nothing to say to that.
He'll just stand there and he'll spell the name Wyatt every week.
No, there's one thing I do is I did it for my daughter. My daughter's the oldest. She's a teenager now. Oh, God, teenage daughters scare me. But my daughter's teenager and my son's. But there's one thing I did when they were babies, and my one son's still a baby. Nothing like having a teenage daughter and a baby son with an 8-year-old son. Yeah, I don't know if that was planned out properly, but one thing that I always did was when I changed the diaper, I would always do the RVD thing, except I'd do Dad. I'd be like D-A-D. That's what I do when I change diapers. So
wow, it's just like RVD's career right now.
Oh man, it hurts me to fucking say mean stuff to RVD. But at one time, I do believe he was. There was a short time where he was the best in the world. Mr. the King, do it! I don't know if he's talking about more shows or boobies, but
I think he's talking about Japanese boobies.
Malik Douglas says, "Stay on the air." All right, guys, this is starting to get awkward. I always wonder though, because we don't get many live viewers because of the weird time we do it. But if big YouTube celebrities, online celebrities, do like 24-hour shows, I always thought about doing that. I thought that'd be kind of interesting. But anyway, stay on the air. All right, ask us good questions. Ask us anything. As a matter of fact, not even good questions. We're past good questions. Lennox Wooderson hit us with all the good questions. They don't have any good questions.
I'd like to believe that Boom Boom. I want to believe that Boom Boom's listening to this and just shaking his head like, stop reading the goddamn comments, you idiots.
No, I think Boom Boom came in to plug his SummerSlam contest and left.
That's true. He didn't say the Scooby-Doo bit.
No, he didn't. No one tell him. I'll buy him a Japanese care package if he comes by it. But Internet Infantry, let's be honest here. Don't tell him. I think he did the old YouTube. He's like one of the big YouTube tricks is, and I try not to do it because, well, it's a horrible person. You go and find other people in your genre, and then you're like, "Good show, pal," and you don't actually watch it. I think Boom Boom's doing that to his own show. Like, great show, guys. Hey, make sure to go check out the SummerSlam preview. All right, you guys are doing awesome. And then just leaves.
I guess we'll only know if Scooby-Doo told you something.
Yep. Son of a bitch. All right, Mr. the King. Here's the weekend review promo. And the word bitch followed by 2-minute matches and ends with promos. There. I think we solved it. Mr. the King has solved our problem. All right, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Oh, okay. Here we go. Lennox Wooderson. Job, push, fire. Oh, these are always fun. So you got a job one, push one, fire one. All right. Bo Dallas, Sami Zayn, Cesaro. You motherfucker. How?
Fire Bo Dallas. Push Sami Zayn. Job Cesaro.
This is the toughest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. Lennox, sir, you are absolutely amazing at asking the toughest goddamn questions ever. I was hoping for stuff like, do you like peanut butter and jelly? Do you like chunky peanut butter or regular peanut butter? That's what I was hoping for. I didn't hope I'd have
Of course, the fat guy was hoping someone would ask him what kind of peanut butter he liked.
Alright, job, push, fire. Gun to my head, have to do it. I'm gonna job Bo Dallas because I think he can still get over being a job. And now I have to push and fire one.
Wow, the fact you would keep Bo Dallas over Cesaro or Sami Zayn makes me ask if you actually like wrestling.
I love Bo Dallas' character.
I don't care. Like, wrestling skill-wise, Bo Dallas is nowhere near Cesaro or Sami Zayn.
Without a doubt. But, okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Don't judge me too quickly. I got it. Job Bo Dallas, because his wrestling skills ain't there. Push Cesaro. fire Sami Zayn so that El Generico can return. So I fire Sami Zayn and rehire El Generico. I'm an asshole.
You don't get to loop around like that.
What's that?
You don't get to loop around like that, you piece of shit.
Oh, why not? That's
like if you're playing Kill, Marry, Fuck.
He's coming back from the orphanage, and there you go. You never said how long you had to fire him for.
No, it's like Alberto Del Rio. They're gone.
Oh, poor Alberto Del Rio. They're having a big fucking hissy fit.
Well, to be fair,
WWE is like really, I don't know. They're be a star. There's race.
Fair. He did immediately jump to AAA, so I can see why they would have immediately jumped to be like, whoa, no compete.
Well, yeah, he has no compete in Mexico though. He just can't be on American television. He has like a weird thing in his contract. And he can't be Albert Del Rio, even though they advertise him as Albert Del Rio. I think he's El Patron or something like that.
Yeah, he's El Patron.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I don't think he can come to America or TNA. And then the thing is, they were trying, and this is just me repeating stuff I read offline. They are trying to stop him and make the no compete longer. But the thing is, you have a company that's Be a Star. You have racism that runs rampant. Why not just let this guy go and be who the fuck he wants to be, so you don't have the PR nightmare? I don't know. Do you think it's just not worth WWE's fight over this? Like CM Punk, fighting with CM Punk, it seems stupid. But fighting with Albert Del Rio seems really fucking stupid. Just let him go, let him go. You're a bunch of racist cocksuckers that lie to children. I'm pretty sure that's not how the Disney song goes.
That's not how it goes at all.
Alright. Bam. Bam. Alright, I think we're done. There's no more coming.
It's time to go to Weekend Review.
I don't know about that weekend. Oh, shit! I fucking forgot. Thank you, random Facebook fucking post. Today's your birthday.
No,
everyone?
Yeah. We don't celebrate my birthday. Nope. Doesn't happen. I don't have one. I'm ageless. I'm timeless.
Alright, well, that's a weird response.
Why's Facebook tell people anyways? I never got that. Like if I hide my birthday on my page, why are you gonna tell people Facebook? God damn you, Facebook.
Well, Facebook is doing their shit, man. Because then, if I don't say happy birthday to you, I feel like a shitty friend. See, it's all about me. It's like, I didn't forget your birthday, Rob, because of Facebook. Because you ever have one of those people that like, oh, it's my fucking birthday, look at me, and you forget it? Oh, God, they're crushed. But then Facebook comes by and reminds you. Plus, I know this is going to sound horrible, but I also like to unfriend people. Because you could see who on the birthday, you could see who doesn't fucking look at your new timeline, and then you're just like, oh, unfriend. So I usually say happy birthday or unfriend you, depending if you look at my news.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Well, fuck them, dude. You come up to me and be like, oh, me and you are fucking pals. We're gonna fucking be buddies, and like, oh, I don't really want to see your fucking updates. Well,
I don't look at a lot of your updates. You post a lot of updates.
Cock smoker. If I didn't fucking host this podcast, me and you would not be Facebook friends. That means we'd have to hang out on Google Plus, which I love Google Plus.
I'm not saying that someone has spoiled like 4 Monday Night Raws for me, but
I have.
Yeah.
Well, fucking watch Monday Night Raw live, bitch face.
Just don't message me a link to the video with the spoiler in the title. Just like, hey Rob, here's the link to this thing. By the way, this happened.
All right, so Mr. the King is keeping this alive. I feel like I'm doing a charity drive. Like, you keep the comments going, and we'll keep going, and we'll save the kids in El Generico's orphanage. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's see what Mr. King's talking about. I only like Bo Dallas because he ran into El Torito, and I laughed so hard. Yeah, that was great. If Del Rio sues for the max amount of money, WWE can be forced to give good shows. Yeah. I think Del Rio has a huge lawsuit. I hope he fucking sues the fucking living shit out of him. But WWE, They're rich, and if anyone knows anything about the law, the one with the gold makes the fucking rules. There you go. I think that's the golden rule too. But yeah, WWE is gonna win, but I hope not. I hope Del Rio wins. Because there's no fucking way Big Show should be getting fucking piped in crowd noise and Albert Del Rio should be fucking leaving. And the social media guy should still have a job.
I imagine that they can't fire him purely because they fired Del Rio. They weren't going to fire Del Rio. He was just going to get basically a slap on the wrist until that guy threatened to sue. So they probably can't really fire him very easily right away and are probably trying to cover themselves before they do.
Whatever. It just makes me fucking angry. Let's put it this way. Let's call it like it is. If he was white and friends with Triple H, he would still have a job.
The social media manager? He is.
No. I'm saying that fucking Albert Del Rio would still have a job if he was white and friends with Triple H.
No, he wouldn't.
Without a doubt.
No, he wouldn't. Because he backhanded someone backstage. Come on.
Big Show! Go look up what the Big Show did at Royal Rumble. Go look what the Big Show did at Royal Rumble. Go look what Jericho did, the cable guy. Go back. Jericho still has a job. Big Show has a job. Albert Del Rio doesn't.
That was the past. We're setting a new precedent going forward.
Yeah, I noticed setting a example always leads with fucking not Triple H's white friends. I know there's a pattern here.
But it's not Kevin Dunn's white friends.
Whatever, dude. They're gonna fucking have the good old boy network the hell they want. I just think, how the fuck can you fire him, not fire the social media guy, and not fire the Big Show? Am I the only one who follows the fucking rules? Fucking piss me the fuck off. Why do you guys think who do you guys think will challenge Roman Reigns when he is the champion? Seth Rollins? Question mark. Mr. the King.
Ambrose.
Yeah, possibility. I think that's so far away. I just think he's just taking over John Cena's spots. Whoever John Cena fucking goes. Maybe he fights Tom at WrestleMania. I mean, it could be anyone. Main eventers.
It's going to be Kenta.
I wish, but no, it's not.
When Ric Flair comes out with Kenta.
That would be the greatest.
Says woo and tells Roman Reigns, I got some bad news, brother. And then he starts his new 4 horsemen with a modern era of superstars. Bryan Daniels comes back. This is what's going to happen. Ric Flair's going to announce his own 4 horsemen. And Charlotte's going to be in it. Kenta's going to be in it. Steen's going to be in it. And then he's going to bring back Daniel Bryan in it.
No. I think Charlotte is a really cool aspect. Kenta's a really cool aspect. But I'm thinking probably Ziggler will be there. And then they'll need a big musclehead guy. So they'll probably just throw in any musclehead guys.
Or Steen.
I don't know. I don't
Uha Nation.
That would be amazing. Don't say stuff that's that awesome.
Uha Nation comes, and he's their muscle guy.
Yeah, that would be beyond amazing. But we'll see. We'll see.
That's going to be the first thing I get set up when I start working for WWE.
All right, well, put in your resumes. Hockey Fan HD. Hi, Rob and Dave. Do you think WWE will ever split the WWE and the World Heavyweight title?
No,
well,
I think it's becoming one title.
Yeah. They just premiered a new logo. There's been leaked out photos of the new championship belt, and I believe that there'll be just one title. I think they're going to get rid of Big Golds. I hope they give it to Ric Flair and do something special with it, but I don't know. It made a lot more sense when John Cena had both titles than Brock. What does Brock be like? I fucking destroy everyone. I disrespect everyone. Here you go, Ric Flair. Here's a nice present for you. But yeah, I've seen leaked photos of the title. The new logo is out. It's just the WWE Network logo. And I don't know. I see them combining the titles and getting rid of titles just because they're not very good at storytelling.
And because they have to upgrade all the belts to be the new symbol now.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Which is, I think, is the biggest reason they're going to unify the belt. Just one belt. Just because it's cheaper.
Yeah. Well, the problem is Big Gold still sells a lot. I think they're like, fuck. I think they're like, we only want one champ because we can't write a good enough fucking story for two champs. But fuck, Big Gold sells a lot of merchandise. Big Gold is like the Jeff Hardy of WWE. You really don't want him, but
Sure, it's not the John Cena of WWE.
don't insult the belt like that.
Moves so much merch. Whoa, insult the belt. 15-time champion, buddy. The greatest champion the WWE has ever seen. Dun 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 dun. No.
What is Sting doing? What are we waiting for? I imagine they're just negotiating and waiting to get close to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I imagine part of it is they're probably waiting to hear back from Undertaker. They're probably waiting for the point where Undertaker's either like definitely no or definitely yes on if he can do a match. Because Sting probably has it in his contract that he wants to be guaranteed one final match at a WrestleMania probably, and he probably wants we know he wants Undertaker. He's not shy about it. And if they can't get Undertaker, then he's probably going to demand someone else be in writing in contract who it is, though.
And Mr. the King, what a good question here. If Ziggler wins, do you think he'll move up the ladder?
No.
No. I think go ahead. You go first.
There's no room for him at the top of the ladder if their goal is to have Reigns win the belt at 31. Unless they want him to go to the top of the ladder just to job for Lesnar.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mind. Lesnar puts on some great matches. Lesnar versus him would be really cool. I think
he could sell the F5.
I think best case scenario is Ziggler becomes Intercontinental Champion and he puts respectability back into the mid card in that title, and then eventually once Roman Reigns gets established, they bring him up to the main event. But I don't think Roman Reigns is going to be the main event until after WrestleMania, so that's a lot of Ziggler time. So hopefully Ziggler just keeps winning and has the Intercontinental title and the Kocosports Internet title. So that would be great.
I don't actually think it's going to go that well for you. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure the Bad News Barrett's going to show up with some bad news at the pay-per-view.
Possibility.
Because that's his belt.
I don't know. I would. You know what? I love Bad News Barrett, but the storyline that they're not focusing on, two guys from Cleveland busting their ass, making it here, I think it would really take away from The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. I mean, they're taking it away now already by not trying, but it will be way worse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we're going to be done soon, my friends. Cool. All right. Lennox Watterson. Who challenges Sheamus for the U.S. title next? Anybody? Anybody? Maybe Cesaro. Sheamus and Cesaro looked buddy-buddy up on that IGN thing.
No, they were bashing each other a lot of it.
Yeah, but it seemed like buddy-buddy bashing. Like, hey.
It seemed like they want to set up a match bashing.
Yeah. So I would like to see Cesaro. Maybe. I would love to see the titles combined too. I don't know. To me, the mid-card titles, if they focused on them, could be really good. You got Barrett, Miz, Ziggler, Sheamus, Cesaro, possibly Swagger. I think the mid-card titles could be built up really good, and even if you combine the two. So,
I'm not even gonna lie. I would rather Adrian Neville loses his belt in what's probably going to be a 4-way match coming up sometime. I would rather Adrian Neville loses his belt in NXT and gets called up finally, and Adrian Neville goes after that belt.
That would be pretty sweet. Dude, how giant does the NXT belt look on Neville?
Just not as big as his fucking nose and ears.
Oh, Prince Pretty, calm down. I didn't know we had Prince Pretty on the line.
Seriously, though, he looks like one of the dwarves from fucking Lord of the Rings.
It's all about looks with you Americans.
I'm just saying, he really does. Whoa. You were just trying to answer a question that you were very excited to answer about Japanese girls' boobs. So don't you high and mighty me.
Boobies and looks are two different things.
Don't you high and mighty me, you piece of shit.
All right. Well, I think that's it, friends. Thank you so much for live viewers that left comments. Please like, comment, subscribe, and please go to Kocosports.com. We're really going to try to bust their ass and become your #1 source for combat sports.
Man, you're gonna just skip Lennox's question like that.
What? Who challenged Sheamus for the U.S. title next? I thought I answered it.
He asked if you could bring up 3 people from NXT and send 3 people down to NXT, who would they be?
Oh. Where's that? Oh, yeah, I did skip one.
Yeah. I wonder how many other ones you skipped, you fucking...
I tried not to skip them. I'm sorry.
Everyone make a note. David Kokoda skips all the questions. Skipping comments like the
Boo Boob's in Nebraska going, yes, skip the comments. It gives me power. This is a good question. Lennox, you should be awesome. Lennox, you should do your own podcast. Does Lennox do his own podcast? To your channel we go. You should do your own podcast with these damn good questions. Bam.
I don't know. For me, my 3 send downs would be Zack Ryder.
That's a good one. Because I think that helps Zack Ryder, too, because it reestablishes him. I like that. And plus, NXT crowd will get over it because it's a younger audience. I like where you're going with it.
I would definitely do Zack Ryder. It's hard beyond that because I don't feel like they've really given Adam Rose or Bo Dallas the time that they need to really upgrade. Eva Marie would exclusively be on fucking NXT. Like, you need to.
The problem is too when you bring them down to NXT, you want them to be able to improve. So it's not like you can pick Randy Orton or John Cena because that doesn't work, and they would fire guys that've been there that long before sending them down to NXT.
Yeah.
So you have to get people that have a chance to be rebuilt. I agree with Zack Ryder. I'm trying to think.
Like I'm thinking Zack Ryder, Eva Marie, and
I wouldn't do Eva Marie. I just fucking fire
her. They will not fire her because her look is she's gorgeous. Like they're not gonna fire her. They'll keep her for her looks forever.
You really think she's that good looking?
Dude, she's a dime piece.
Really? All right. I'm trying to think. And then I guess maybe Eva Marie. I'm trying to think who else is young.
Plus, I'm also looking at it as there's a diva.
Adam Rose should definitely be down there. Just because he's so over and not over. So I'd put Zack Ryder, Adam Rose, and I'm trying to think.
Eva Marie.
Like Tyson Kidd moving down.
Eva Marie brings up the benefit of you send a woman down and you can bring a woman up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, and as far as going up, I mean,
I think for me, Charlotte's right.
I'm not a big fan of the Ascension.
No, I don't think the Ascension. I don't know. If they were going to go up, I feel like they'd already be up. I don't know why the fuck they're in NXT so long, but the fact they have matches so rarely is a bad sign.
I think the tournament is them exiting.
Yeah. I would say the female I would have go up would be Charlotte. I feel like Charlotte's really good.
I agree with Charlotte, and I'm trying to think big guys going up.
For guys going up, Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville and Tyson Kidd are all ready in my opinion. Well, no, I would keep Tyson Kidd in NXT for a while longer to keep working on his gimmick. But I feel like Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn are both ready.
Yeah, but I just in the real world, I think they're both ready. But in the real world, I don't know if they have spots for them yet.
I don't know, dude. You know the Olay chant would work.
Sauce. Maybe I'm just scared. Like I don't want to let them go. What if they're not good? But yeah, that's a pretty good 3. But I think Charlotte definitely needs to go up. I think she's amazing.
Charlotte's great, and the way they need to bring her up is in a feud with Natty. Like, you're tapping into a really rich feud to begin with, but like you're going into two of the most well-known wrestlers, their family, their future basically in wrestling, and
I
you
think
can
the
have that.
Vaudevillains. I don't think the Vaudevillains are going to improve.
I don't
think they have to
know.
get-
The Vaudevillains are. God, I hate the Vaudevillains.
I don't know. I don't hate them. I see their point.
I think they're mediocre. I don't think they're as great as everyone hypes them up to be.
Albert, I think he should be on commentary and replacing Cole. Is that
I didn't even think about commentate. If I could, I would
just send
like
up
the only one I would
right
keep
now.
is JBL, because I would want to keep JBL just to see how he would react if he got put with better people, and I would do Albert and William Regal.
Yeah. I think Tyler Breeze wouldn't be bad. I know he's probably the favorite to win the NXT Championship, but he's got a gimmick, and I don't think he could be lost in the shuffle. Because I think a gimmick and a storyline gets you farther in today's WWE.
I don't think his gimmick is a good idea to move up right after Adam Rose is kind of failing.
They're probably scared.
Yeah. No, you know who it should be? Mojo Rawley.
Fuck you.
His primary offensive weapon is the skin between his asshole and his balls. Because he stays hyped.
Yeah, I don't know. I never understood why the fuck people had that, but go on. But yeah, there you go. I'm just trying to think the commentary team. I mean, I think the Vaudevillains would work on any level for what they are.
Like, realistically, before the Vaudevillains or anyone else goes up, Kenta and Steen and Devitt should all be, like, on the fastest fast track there is.
Yeah, without a doubt. I wonder if they're going to skip some of them, like, just go straight top. But then the problem is Mystico, Sin Cara.
I don't think they'll skip anyone just because of that.
Yeah, because, a lot of people make fun of, Mystico, but, Sin Cara. But the reality is, I can't really make fun. Well, first off, I love Lucha and I love Mystico. But on top of that, I really can't make fun of Triple H and WWE because every mistake they made along the way with Sin Cara, I would have made. You know what I mean? Like, on paper, I'm like, dude, this is going to work. And it just didn't. So I know it's, like, especially on Facebook, it's so fun to make fun of Sin Cara and the disaster that it was. But the fact that he really is one of the most talented lucha wrestlers of our generation, and it went down like that, it's just kind of shitty, bro. Kind of shitty. So yeah, I think maybe Sin Cara is the reason people won't skip straight to the top.
Yeah. He ruined it for everyone.
All right, we have a Facebook comment here, so here we go, Facebook. Do you think there'll be any surprises at WWE SummerSlam that you don't think, that are not on the roster now? Like, holy shit, Sting, holy shit, Okada, or something like that. I just don't think we live in that generation anymore. I don't know. They told Dean Ambrose to stop using corner cannonball. I would be pleasantly surprised / crazy good shocked if he just shows up.
Dude, I'm telling you, I could very easily see them making him a Wyatt.
All right, I'm going to look at Twitter, and then I'm going to look here, and then I think I'm going to be done. On Twitter,
Yeah.
let's see, anything? Fuck you, Twitter. Fuck you. Sorry. Nothing on Twitter. Facebook, nothing on Facebook. YouTube. Sorry, I got all emotional there, dude.
You're not skipping questions again, are you?
What's that?
Not skipping questions, are you?
I don't think so.
Just making sure. I know you like to do that.
Don't piss me off, my friend. Lennox Watterson says, who would you place in the WWE Hall of Fame for 2015? I mean, if you pick anyone, obviously Owen Hart and all that, but as far as 2015, yeah, I'd probably get Sting, Macho Man. Macho Man definitely has to go in.
The Rock.
Yeah, I was a little shocked that The Rock isn't in already. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of stars out there. We got to do our Hall of Fame. We have a combat sports Hall of Fame.
X-Pac.
I don't know. I don't know.
China.
China definitely will never get in. But
China in reality, no matter like her or hate her or what she's decided to do after, what she did while she was was pretty big.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. But I don't know, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, the relationship. I don't know, it'd be kind of weird, but maybe. Maybe I think hers will be made Ultimate, but also it's a PG thing. Ultimate Warrior, even though he was crazy and said shit that was bad against the company, he never did porn or anything that couldn't be PG rated, hurt you. So, I don't know. I'd love to.
Are you saying that Val Venus will never be allowed in the Hall of Fame?
That's a tough call. Because I don't know, because he doesn't do anything besides be anti-government. And smokes weed, so he's pro-weed and anti-government. I mean, half your fucking roster would be cut if that's a fucking standard of staying out of your Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, dude. Look at the Hall of Fame class. You don't think a lot of those guys were anti-government and smoked weed?
Scott
Look at Mr. Wonderful's mustache. You don't think he... I don't know. I don't know if he's anti-government, but I see a mustache like that, I think an anarchist who tokes up every day. Meanwhile, he could probably be like the fucking biggest USA supporter in the world. I don't know what the fuck. Malik Douglas.
Stereotype, Dave.
I see a bushy mustache. I'm like, dude, that's the guy to get weed from and hate the government with.
Jesus.
You're sitting around, you're like, dude, fucking that guy's got a mustache. He knows where the fucking weed is, and fuck the government. Am I right, Mr. Mustache? But my whole thing is, hear me out, dude. We're gonna go down the crazy track. Dude, I hate guys who have fucking mohawks, but are not fucking... I know this sounds crazy, but I hate guys that have mohawks, like really good mohawks, and like, when people go to talk to them, they're assholes. I think a guy having a nice mohawk is like a woman showing off her tits. You're gonna start conversation. You're going to be different. I just fucking, dude, I hate guys with mohawks. Like, oh, you got a mohawk? You must be cool. You're the biggest fucking dick in the world.
Hating mohawk people for?
Because fucking, it reminded me that I don't know where this conversation reminded me. There's this guy who lives in fucking Kamada and has a mohawk. And he doesn't fucking say hi to everyone. I'm like, dude, you've got a fucking mohawk.
All right, Jesus Christ, this isn't even remotely wrestling. I think it's time.
All right,
going on rants about random mohawk people.
Fucking, I hate people with mohawks. If you have a mohawk, you need to fucking say hello to people. You have a responsibility as having a mohawk. I had a mohawk.
This is what happens in your old age, people. You start just talking about random shit.
I'm sorry, dude. The show's gone too long. I guarantee. Has this been longer than 2 hours?
I don't know, probably.
Every show this week, A, got less viewers, and B, way longer than the actual shows.
Hold on. Oh, Tiffany Nikki left a comment now.
Does she hate people with mohawks?
No.
I love people with mohawks, but if you're a dick about mohawks, don't. All right, let's see. Malik Douglas says I'd honestly get rid of commentary at this point. I've been so tired of it lately. Yeah. Tiffany Nikki, why do Japanese stars want to come to WWE? Do wrestlers not make money in Japan? No, they make good money. Actually,
it's the biggest stage in the world.
The problem is it's the opposite. Kento was completely heartbroken that he had to leave. There's only a few people that actually want to go to WWE and become stars. Okada was throwing tons of money. They're like, here, Okada, here's money. And he's like, no, I don't fucking want to go. Maybe they do want to go and be a star like Ichiro was in Major League Baseball, but they all have a fear of being misused. If you want a lot of Japanese talent in WWE, you're going to have to use them a lot better. Okada just did an interview, and he was talking about, one thing people knock me on is I turned down a lot of money in WWE because they said, oh, you'll be a big fish in a small pond. And he's like, if that's the case, I'm going to make this pond into a fucking ocean. So I don't think there's as many Japanese wrestlers that want to be American stars as American pro wrestling fans think there is. Now,
Unless
granted,
they do,
Ultimo Dragon did want to wrestle at WrestleMania. Tajiri was a nobody, but went to America to become a star. Sonata, I don't know his honest opinions about it. Muda came to be a star, but left. I'm like, look, there's not that many people. Yoshitatsu wanted to be a star, but he wasn't really the biggest star in New Japan. So all this hype of, oh, they want to come here. Yeah, a lot of them know they're going to be. Okada signed less money to stay in New Japan. Just signed less money. Now, granted, he had one of the worst experiences ever in TNA. Maybe one day. I would love to get Okada to translate him, dude. They were straight up fucking disrespectful cunts to Okada. And they made Samoa Joe look bad. According to Okada and the fucking translated reports, the thing they said to him is, oh, we only have a deal with New Japan. We really don't care about you. Let's team you up with someone we don't care about. Dun da da! He was Samoa Joe's sidekick. So for all those TNA people that are like, they helped build Samoa Joe, they literally told Okada, we're going to put you with someone we don't give a shit about. So, yeah, it was bad. So, yeah, no, I don't think there's as many people jumping to... I think there's a lot more American wrestlers, especially on the indie levels, that want to come to Japan than Japanese wrestlers that want to come to America. And even when they do want to come to America, they picture them, they want to be like the Ichiro. They want to be the guy that turns the Japanese image around. And they dress up in white paint and sumo and look fucking ridiculous. So I think WWE has a lot of pressure to make Kenta look good, because Kenta is a hero here. So there you go. Alright, I think that's the last one.
No, right here. Boom Boom asks, how big are all the Japanese girls' boobs?
They're as big as they are in the anime scene.
I'm just kidding. Boom Boom didn't ask that.
They're humongous. They're the biggest things you've ever seen in the world.
Alright, so it's time to do the show closeout now.
All right. Go to Kocosports.com or Kocosports.net. This is where the world goes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and we really want you to go. For the love of God, please go there. We got a lot of stuff coming. All right.
Do week in review?
And they're not doing weekend review.
Wow.
There.
All right, you heard it here, everyone. We're not doing week in review because Steve said no.
All right, I'm going to go eat lunch. With that, go to Kocosports.com. I am over.